Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of late, so we're just gonna get straight into this. I'm not gonna do like an intro or anything. Um, we're gonna be talking about AI data centers. We're gonna be learning about them, and about how horrible they are going to be for everybody, except for those people that are billionaires. So, anyways, welcome back to the Gathering Hall.
Do
My name
that
is
for them
Matthew,
in the long run.
and this is Brandon. And this is what discussion hall number 27?
20
24. 24. I was off. So yeah, let's just get on into this.
Giant warehouses are popping up across the US.
Link to
more
both of
than
these
2
videos is in the
every week.
description, by the
They
way.
feed AI algorithms, store photos, and answer our questions.
Hey Google.
A data center campus like this can consume as much power and water as an entire city. And many of the biggest server farms are emerging from the desert. But there's no official record of how many of these are being built, where they are, or even
Which
who
is kind of
owns them.
concerning.
To be honest, I've never really.
Yeah, because there's no checks and balances here. They're just
Mm-hmm.
like everybody's just building them everywhere. They're all over the freaking place. What are you writing? Okay. You'd have to add it. Anyways,
For records than this project.
Big tech companies often go to
That
great
looks
lengths
familiar.
to hide
Did you
the
see that?
details. So we decided to build a map.
What we designed is.
So
Hold on.
Big tech companies often go to great lengths
Oh.
to hide the details.
Yeah, I did
So
see that.
we
That looks
decided
familiar.
To build a map.
look at that map, dude. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking map.
Hide the details.
Oh, what is this? What the
So
fuck is all this
we
got here?
decided to build
Look at this.
a map.
That's not the map. This map. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, including Missouri, in St. Louis, in Illinois, in Colorado. Like everywhere. You know where I don't see a whole bunch yet? Montana.
There's
Huh.
some on the borders there.
I wonder why.
What we designed is a system to see not only the individual location of each data center across the country, but also where they cluster.
And for some, these
Yeah, look at this
clusters
shit.
are
Sounds like some
appearing
type
too
of.
close.
It sounds like some type of like species, like migratory bird.
Right?
We've been keeping a path of most notable locations where they show up
Where they
and where
pop
they
up.
tend to cluster into groups
Right?
for protection against the elements.
Welcome back, Ninja. Good to see you, man.
Also
But
where
yeah.
they cluster.
Look at this shit. So this is before they ruin these people's lives, right? You've got this nice, comfortable-looking neighborhood with lots of trees and greenery and scenery, and I'm sure it's probably a fairly quiet neighborhood. And then they just plop these data centers right on top of these people's houses. That is insanity. I can't believe that there's no like any kind of like ordinance or any sort of protection for this, because like for industry stuff you can't put like factories, for instance, like directly on top of people's houses like this. At least I don't think you can. I think I'm correct about that, but I don't think you can. I think certain plots of lands are designated for like industry or residential, that sort of thing. So I would be absolutely livid. And the thing to think about too is I know that you would look at this and you would say, well, why don't these people just move? Who the fuck is going to buy their house? You know?
Also, who has the money to move?
I'm not, even outside of that, like even like say these people wanted to sell and move to a place where they're not next to an AI data center. Their property values are gone. They have literally lost all of the equity they have in their homes because of these these freaking data centers. I can't believe that local governance hasn't stepped in and kept these from being put in neighborhoods.
There is, I can't remember what town it is, but it's a town in Missouri that like completely kicked out like their entire like government before trying to push through these data centers.
Good. That needs to
So
happen.
I'm hoping that I was gonna say I'm hoping that becomes a trend
Yes, we're talking about AI data centers because it unfortunately is going to impact, I have a feeling, the entire country. Even if you don't have one next to you. I think this is such a extraordinarily short-sighted boom in this particular space, but let's continue.
These clusters are appearing too close to home.
Look at that, dude. Look how fucking close they are to these people's houses. That should be illegal. I'm sorry, man. That shouldn't be allowed.
No. Especially with how bad these things are for people in general.
Yeah, we'll get into some of that.
We went to meet people who say having data centers next door is affecting their health.
There you go.
Breathing, I couldn't sleep. I was like, I thought I was losing my mind.
Summertime is more of a during the winter it's like
Yeah,
almost like an
it will
engine
because
trying to start.
not only is this going on in the States, like the States is by far right now the most egregious, but China is also jumping on board with this, and I know that other countries they'll follow suit too. And as horrible as it is, there is a place for these to exist in order for us to have the internet that we do have. Like it is something that needs to exist, but not in the way that we're doing it now. We're doing it as cheap as possible, and instead of creating infrastructure out where there's nobody, they're doing this right on top of people where there's already infrastructure, so they don't have to spend the money to make that infrastructure. Which is a huge problem, because it's ruining lives, dude. Like, it's absolutely ruining people's lives.
Again, big business doesn't care about that.
Of course they don't.
To you, you're lambs to the slaughter.
And it's not even just people either. This is not only like impacting the human race, this is impacting everything. Not just people, animals, wildlife, and plants, all of it. It's going to affect everything. It's going to raise the ambient temperature. We'll get in there. We'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So how many data centers are there in the US?
Too many.
And is there enough power and water to satisfy a building
No.
boom that
No.
is only just getting started?
Absolutely not. Keep in mind, this video is, I think 8 months old, and it's already outdated. Yeah, 8 months ago. And it's already outdated, dude.
Where I am standing now is at the middle of the data center capital of the world. This is Loudoun County, Virginia, otherwise known as Data Center Alley. And it may not look like much from down here, but just take a look from up above.
These are Amazon data centers. Zoom out and you can see tech companies tend to build data centers in clusters.
You're right. It's like a plague. It's just like
Yeah.
like a tumor spreading across the continental United States. But what I was going to say is there are like a couple companies, like 3 or 4 big major companies that are really, really pushing these data centers. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, and like QTS or something like that, one that I had never heard of before. Go figure. It's like the most evil corporations in America that are doing this too.
Yeah, BlackRock is there too. Don't forget them.
Like, it's the most horrid, most capitalist-driven piece of shit companies in this entire country.
Where there
Also,
is a reliable
Ninja,
power supply.
I will check that out because honestly, they're kind of one of the few good like distributors of animated shows I think out there still. So I'll check it out.
Access to enough water, as well as tax breaks and affordable
Oh,
land.
that's the other thing,
But of
dude.
course, these tend
Like,
to
the
also be
governments
places
of
where
these
lots people
towns,
already
they're
live.
just like,
Like
tax
Santa
breaks
Clara
so we
County,
can get these
California,
data centers
or the
in.
most heavily
I
populated
fucking
part
hate
of Arizona,
politicians.
Maricopa County.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, here in northern Virginia, the most densely populated part of the Washington, D.C. metro area, and one of the largest and fastest growing residential areas in the U.S.
Look at that shit, man.
It just makes our country look
Yeah,
even
I mean,
uglier.
I was the 4th homeowner in this neighborhood. 4th
I
to
feel
occupy
so
house in
bad for this
neighborhood.
woman.
Donna Gallant has lived on this
Did you hear what she said?
Fourth, I don't know what she was the fourth of.
She was the fourth house in this neighborhood. She's been living here since before this neighborhood was this giant sprawling thing. And
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Street in Prince William County, Northern Virginia, for the last 30 years. All very peaceful until 2021, when things started to change. These are Google data centers.
I mean, look how
And
fucking
ever
big that
since they
is.
started rising
And
from
this
the
isn't
ground,
even the
Donna
biggest
has
of
been
them. Not
looking
even
for
close.
answers.
No.
There's no
Again,
transparency.
40,000.
We'll get there. I have
I know.
another video for that one.
So anytime.
I'm-
This is kind of like the
foreshadowing.
lead up to it.
Oh, we signed an NDA, we can't talk about it. Oh, we're under NDA, we can't talk about it. So there's no transparency at all.
The site isn't complete yet, but she says the noise is already taking its toll.
When I go to my room at night, the tonal noise immediately triggered my anxiety to the point where I couldn't sleep. I ended up having to go down on my first floor and put noise canceling headphones on just so I could sleep.
This is an
again,
extremely
these
well
people-
done video,
And
by
her
the way.
neighbors, this is just the
These
start.
people don't care about
Over the next
anyone
few
but
years, They will
themselves.
find themselves surrounded by a string of new data centers.
Yeah, look at this shit. They're gonna put these fucking things entirely around this neighborhood. Nobody's gonna be able to live here. Nobody.
Yeah. Just think of it like think of this like in terms of like if you're writing like a movie or a book or a game. This would be what villains would do in that.
Yeah. These are
Like
super villains.
100%. This is what like the villains of these like kind of things would do.
But like this section right here is her neighborhood. She's gonna have them all around, dude. Like she's gonna have that fucking vibrating. You're gonna get to hear this vibrating sound here in a little bit from every direction. That is gonna be an inhabitable area to live because of this shit. And I don't know, man. AI is like, I do genuinely think it might be one of the worst things that we have ever invented as a species.
It will lead to our downfall one way or another. It might not take over, but it will destroy our planet faster. So
Oh my god,
Still our
dude, the
downfall.
resources that we're burning through with these things, it's fucking crazy. This is what Lex Luthor would do. I'm saying, yeah, he's right. This is like supervillain type shit. This is
Yeah.
what you would see
No,
a supervillain
100%.
do.
That's gonna go from this
And
road
again,
here
how is she going to
all
get
the
out of this
way
neighborhood?
and around my
Because she
neighborhood.
can't sell her house.
That's where the data
Who the
center's
fuck's going to
go.
buy it?
And that's going to be 75 feet tall, dead smack in the middle of a neighborhood.
Zoom out a little more and you can see this plot of land. It was originally meant for housing, but in 2023 it was rezoned to clear the way for the construction of data centers instead.
Woo,
Prince William County already
yay.
has over 70 data centers. But if
Jesus
this master
Christ.
plan for a data center opportunity zone is fully realized, together with Loudoun County to the north, they'll have more data centers than Russia. Donna
And
set up a
one-
local campaign.
Think about that for a second. In one county, or two counties, in one state of the United States, there are more data centers than the entire fucking country of Russia. And nobody
Go
sees
US.
and nobody sees
We
this as a
number
problem.
one.
Nobody
Well-
sees this as like there's not going to be repercussions for this.
Well, Matthew, that you're not saying this right. Normal people see this as a problem. The people who could shut normal people up and make it where they don't have a voice don't see the problem.
Like Jeff Bezos is a fucking evil human being. I don't even know
Well,
who
I
runs
have-
Google, but he's an evil piece of shit too.
I have stated, and I will continue to state, the more money you have, the less human you are. Because you start seeing people as less and less as people as you progress through the levels of wealth.
Like they yeah, again, we'll get there.
To challenge the rezoning. but the lawsuit was dismissed.
Of course it was, because I'm sure they got a big fat
it's
fucking
heart-wrenching.
paycheck from these tech
It's
bros.
heart-wrenching.
The
Do I feel for
the
the
government
storage
of
and
this
data center
area.
industry for that? Yes, I do. I think we all need it. It's
That's
the
what it
way
comes
the
down
world
to.
is going,
It
but
comes
do
down
I
to money.
think
That's
dropping
all
next
it
to
is.
people's
Mhm.
homes is the right answer?
Yep.
No.
That's the answer. Short-term money, not even
Putin-
long-term.
There is
Putin
no
didn't
definitive
even do
public
this.
directory of
This
data
is
centers,
just
no official
capitalism.
map.
This is
Unfettered
big
capitalism.
business.
Ask, or government
With
agency
no
to
checks
follow.
or balances.
So, it's been really tricky to kind of get these records because the companies don't want to disclose all of that information.
Which should be illegal, dude. It should be illegal. And they hide it underneath
Mhm.
trade secret. It's a trade secret. Fuck you and your trade secret. No, it's not. Everybody knows what these are. They're just giant, massive fucking server rooms that you're cooling. What's the trade secret here? It's just a loophole.
How they organize it,
It
Matthew.
is a loophole. It's a legal loophole that they have found where they can be, they can just hold nobody accountable for it because everything's redacted. It's so
and
frustrating.
it won't ever get amended because
No.
big business has the government in its pockets.
Well,
so.
that's because we've decided that businesses are fucking people and can donate to politicians
That-
now.
Yeah, that should 100% be unconstitutional. A business is not a person.
A business is not
I
a
can't
fucking
remember.
person.
That was like 10 years ago?
I don't
that
remember
happened?
how long. It wasn't that long ago when that was made a thing.
I remember when I first heard that.
But it's fucking
And I was-
ridiculous.
and I was like, but a business isn't a person.
Well, according to
there-
the United
there-
States government, a business is a person and is completely allowed to donate giant, massive, multi-billion-dollar amounts to politicians so that they can get the fucking things through legislation that they want. It's an absolute fucking travesty and should definitely be
Mhm.
stopped. It's more than just ruining the peace, man. Like,
yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get there. It's bad.
By
This is
tricking
so
the
much worse than I
redacted
thought it
records
was
and
after
requests
going through
denied
this.
on the grounds of trade
Hmm.
secrets. It turns out there is one thing that most data centers need: backup generators, in case the grid fails. And anyone who wants to install a generator needs to apply for an air quality permit.
So what we set out to do was request all of the permits that are issued to data centers for those backup generators.
That meant filing public record requests for air permits in every state. They list the capacity of the generator, so we can extrapolate the power needs of the data center.
Which is insanity how
provide
much
clues about
energy
who
these
owns it.
each individual one uses.
Take this hotspot rapidly expanding close to Columbus, Ohio.
There are at least 164 emergency generators permitted here. This is a data center where the air permit was applied for by an LLC called Magellan Enterprises LLC. But the company has applied for a trade secrets exemption, so they were actually
Such
able to
bullshit.
redact
Such
pretty
fucking
much all the
bullshit.
information that we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the big tech giants must disclose any companies like LLCs that they own. And by digging into their official records, we managed to pull back the mask. And it turns out that the data center in Ohio
It's not Magellan Enterprises LLC, that's actually owned by Google.
So, I had already decided that I was pretty much essentially done with Amazon. After Jeff Bezos came out and said that he wanted to make computing like electricity and put it on a grid and essentially take it out of the home where it would be a subscription base where you would just have like a dummy terminal and you would access computing power through a grid network as you do electricity. Fuck him.
No.
Fuck him very hard for that. He can literally suck my dick. Like, I will just stick with older hardware if we ever get to that point. Like, my computer
Yeah, I
is
just won't upgrade.
capable enough right now that I'm completely comfortable with it, and I'm sure I'll get another 5 to 10 years out of it and be fine. But, like, I was already done with Amazon, and now that I know that they're doing this kind of shit, I'm super fucking done with Amazon. I will never order another product off of that website ever again. I refuse. I just bought an audiobook on Audible today. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson's newest book. And I'm going to delete my Amazon Audible account because I don't want to give them money. I don't want to support this. I don't want to feel like I'm responsible for what is happening to thousands upon thousands of people, if not millions.
This is a task we repeated hundreds of times to build this map. It's the most comprehensive tally to date of America's exploding data center industry. Every dot is a data center large enough to need a permit for its backup generators. These are the facilities either already built or approved for construction. At the
Like
end
I
of
said, these
2024,
need to
we
exist
reached
to
a
some
total of
extent.
1,240 data
Do
centers.
they?
Yes, because you do, when you upload like a video or something to YouTube, where do you think it goes? It has to go somewhere.
But
So-
we haven't needed them before.
They've been around since the early 2000s. Like, this is not
Yeah,
something...
but
not to this
but the-
extent. It has gotten really, really out of hand because there's not really
and
been
this
any
isn't
checks and
for
balances.
storage or anything. This is for AI.
Some of it is for storage. The majority of it is for AI. You are correct about that. But I'm saying that there is, to some extent, a need for data centers. There just needs to be a better, there has to be a better way of doing this that is, I would guess is probably less cost efficient for the people building these data centers, where, like I said, they would have to put the infrastructure in and they would have to, fork over the cash to get these things put where they're not actually afflicting people. But they're not going to do that if the government isn't going to force them to do so. They're going to do it as cheap as possible, and they're going to do it whether it inconveniences or, fucking kills people. Who cares? Because like you had said, you had seen where somebody was dumping the coolant into the fucking water supply. That's real great. Good job. I'm actually pretty livid about this whole situation, if you can't tell. I have a lot to say on it. So
I brought this up, and then he decided to do some research.
yeah, and unfortunately I did research. Now I hate all these companies so much. And what's funny is was it the last live stream? I think it was the previous live stream. No, it was 2 live streams ago. I was playing Crimson Desert. I started up Google Chrome because that was my preferred browser. I'm going to be switching to something else. And the first thing that I see when I open it is it's like, oh look, we've added fucking Google Gemini to your. I don't want it. Nobody wants it. That's the thing. Nobody fucking wants AI. Anybody I've ever spoken to is like, AI sucks. I don't want it. It's just something that is kind of there and it's being forced on me. Like, do you remember?
Do you know?
Go ahead.
Oh, do you want to talk first?
I was going to bring up something, but you can.
Okay. So what I was going to bring up is what I think is happening and what I think their plan is, because I think it's kind of obvious, is they're trying to push it so blatantly, because if they do and it succeeds, then it becomes commonplace. It's just like how, people are like, who cares, games are $90. And you bring up, yeah, but in the past they were $60, and before that they were even cheaper. They once it becomes commonplace, people just kind of overlook it. And I think that's the plan by implementing it into literally everything.
Yeah, desensitizing people to it.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the best example to use, the games one, because actually games were very, very, very expensive, and then they got cheap, and then they're getting expensive again.
Yeah, I'm just talking about in terms of like...
I know what you're saying. Like, microtransactions would be a good... Because you got people, like, children now, who that's all they've ever known. And that's just normal to them. Like, spending $5.99 to buy a skin is like another Tuesday. They don't realize that they're actually being fucking robbed. But,
4 times the number in 2010.
The companies that
did you see that number? Look at this.
2024.
Listen.
4 times the number?
Built or approved for construction at the end of 2024. We reached a total of 1,240 data centers. That's nearly 4 times the number in 2010.
The companies that use the most amount of power in data centers across the country.
I hate AI so much.
Are Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta, and QTS.
Of the data centers we pinpointed, 177 belong to Amazon.
Fucking hate Jeff Bezos, man. Like, how much money is too much? How much money is enough? Apparently, not enough ever.
And we've
It's never
just
enough.
Past the huge Amazon data centers behind us, and already we're straight into a residential area. And you can start to see why these data centers are so controversial. Those boxes on the roof.
Are
can't-
they though?
That's the,
Yeah, the general public
like-
detests them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like controversial is usually like a debated topic, but
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're
uniformly-
saying. Yeah, these are like one of the few things where everybody's on board with hating them. I don't know anybody that's like,
That's because it ruins their lives
yeah,
actively.
yeah.
Like, you can't really like fool yourself when you can't go to sleep. Your water tastes like shit. The air around you is horrible. Everything is just significantly worse for your
Your
daily life.
entire fucking house is vibrating constantly, 24/7.
Yes. So this is the grand unifier for our country, which, at least we got one.
ventilation for the cooling systems to keep those hundreds and hundreds of servers from overheating
Trade
and
secrets my
overloading.
fucking ass, dude.
And these are running 24/7. And there's nowhere else in the world with a higher density of data centers than here in Loudoun County, Virginia. As much as a third of the planet's internet traffic flows through the state of Virginia, the 329 data centers we tracked together consumed almost a quarter of the state's electricity in 2023.
That is
Tight
absolutely
security by the
nuts,
looks of it,
dude.
we've got pretty high
That
Isn't
is
that more than what we had
crazy.
10 years ago?
That is fucking crazy. What?
Because he showed us that number, what we had 10 years ago and how it has like tripled. Or
There were
quintupled
311
this-
in 2010. Now
And he
there's
just had 329 in just Virginia.
Mhm.
So more than our entire country had last 10 years is in one state.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir, man. We were actually just talking about that. That was one of the few things I had brought up at the beginning of this, talking about Jeff Bezos being a jackass and being like, yeah, we're going to make it so that you have to have a subscription. You have to rent a dummy terminal in order to enjoy using computing. No, fuck Jeff Bezos and fuck
Yep,
Amazon.
I will not be doing that.
Also, Techno-Tenor, welcome back.
pop.
Welcome to the stream, dude.
Get much.
I'm just going to call you Techno.
It's rare
Techno
to get a
works for
glimpse
me.
inside one of these server
I'm pretty sure it's
warehouses.
Techno-Tenor.
We contacted
I mean, that
dozens
sounds right.
asking for a tour. Eventually, a small company.
Imagine that. They had a hard time getting a
tour.
tour. Are you shocked?
Well, they don't want to dispose their trade secrets, Matthew.
I know.
This 35,000 square foot data center is tiny compared to the largest ones in the US.
35,000
Those can
square
stretch
feet
to
is
well
not
over
a
million
very small
square
building
feet.
either.
Lunardi
No.
offers cloud services to customers like betting apps,
Italian
banking
brain
companies,
rot.
insurance, and healthcare businesses.
Why can't we have factories like a normal country?
Zoom out and you can see
Because
the
we have
location
unfettered
is,
capitalism and
massive.
consolidation has ruined this
Cheyenne,
country.
the capital of
That's why.
Wyoming, sits on an east-west internet superhighway. The city is also well connected to renewable energy generated by these wind farms. Wyoming is only a small player compared to Virginia, and to attract more, the state is offering generous tax breaks to encourage the
Dude,
big tech
why?
giants. Like
I know it's
Microsoft.
money. I
This
get
large
it.
data center began emerging from the map south of Cheyenne in 2021, and this is a site belonging to Meta, just over the road.
Again, and then you look directly southeast of these, and there are just homes.
Yeah, they're not going to put it with the rich people.
That is actually something that I had thought about and hadn't brought up yet. Is you notice these aren't being put on top of like the fucking billionaires' houses. They're being put on top of like your average ordinary people.
Matthew, the
Who can't
billionaires
do
need to
anything.
sleep.
Yeah, the billionaires need their beauty rest on their fucking multi-billion-dollar mattresses. I can't stand this shit, dude. I feel so bad for these people. Because I'm gonna keep bringing them
around
up
us too.
because there's nothing these people can do. They are stuck. They can't leave. They have lost all of the value of their homes. That is huge. That is life-altering.
Mm-hmm.
You're currently within the critical infrastructure space of Data Center 2, designed to have 800 cabinets roughly at full capacity on that side.
Like, I'm glad this guy gave a
So
tour,
we take the air
but I
from
don't
the
like him
above
either
ceiling
because
grid,
he runs a
feed it
data
down
center.
through the computers, they heat the air up, comes back out the back and up.
I
to
can't
the
really
chimney
blame the
above,
people who
ceiling,
work
and
here,
then
but I
freight
can
just
blame the
continually
people who run
circulates
it.
the air on that perspective.
Lunavi has the
We can
space
blame
to
one
scale
person,
up to
Donald
the more
Trump.
energy-hungry
I think it's more than
processors
just
used
Trump,
to
man.
train AI
As much as I
algorithms.
dislike that fucking,
So this big white space is future
you know,
computing.
Troglodyte.
The cabinets in this facility now
yeah,
have a
it's
capacity of something
it's
like
not just him.
5 to 10
No, it's big
kW.
business as a
If
whole.
they want to build the ones that are going to do
Being
AI
able to
with graphic
run
processors,
roughshod
GPUs,
on
that'll go up
everybody.
to something like 70 to 100 kW.
GPUs
Jesus
do need more
fucking
power,
Christ.
but they can complete more tasks than a regular processing chip and in less time. The lower ambient temperatures in the high plains of Wyoming mean data centers
The current low ambient temperatures in this area. Until we now have like acres upon acres upon acres of data centers, and then the ambient temperature is now 5, 6, 7, 28 degrees fucking higher than it's supposed to be. I'm sure there will be no environmental impacts because of that, right?
No,
Let's just-
Matthew.
Let's just fast track the destruction of Earth. What are
I
we
mean,
doing? What are we
every
doing?
single, I would say every single decade, it's like an exponential growth. Every single decade, we reach a new threshold that is just exponentially worse for our sustainability on this planet. And you know what? I could take some solace in that because at least at the end of it all, those billionaires will be as dead as the rest of us.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really have anything to comment on that.
I can't really do anything. I can't really do anything to stop them. I have
only-
to take solace where I can.
The only thing that you can do, I mean, not that I think it's going to matter in the long term. Don't support them, man. Don't fucking buy
I
subscription
need my
services.
Audible.
Don't. Is there not like a free alternative to Audible that you can use? Is there nothing?
Probably not.
Have you
Probably
looked?
not.
I'm
And
going to
even
be
if
looking.
Even if I did, I would lose so many books.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it.
use less energy and water to cool themselves. Lunavi
I'd get rid of the
uses around
rest, but not
500,000
Audible.
gallons of water a month.
Oh, something else pops
I don't.
up.
I don't need
That's
Amazon.
roughly the
I just
amount of
don't.
water used by
I lived
200
without it
people.
before. I'll be fine.
The
That's
nice,
fair.
cool ambient air temperatures allow us to maintain a low
They have
PUE,
the bunkers and rocket ships too. They might escape. Well, when they eventually the heat death of Earth, which is what's going to happen, they're just going to heat this planet up until it becomes unlivable.
Until you cook.
Until the atmosphere essentially burns off from the inside out. We're going to. I don't think bunkers are going to save them either because there's not going to be any fucking food. There's not going to be any
And
livestock.
rocket ships wouldn't help them because where are they going to go?
Let's send them all to the sun. I think use those rocket ships and just launch them all into the sun. What do you think?
Tell them there's some nice, like, fireside property up there that they could build data centers on.
Data centers on the sun. Ugh,
which is a power usage.
But they need to go
efficiency,
inspect it personally.
right? I got to go back. I don't know what we're
People.
talking about right now. 200 people. What?
That's roughly the amount of water used by 200 people.
For this data center, right? That's a
The
small
nice,
data
cool
center.
ambient air temperatures allow us to maintain a low.
Is that per
PUE,
day or per month?
which
or
is a
year?
power usage efficiency, which then allows us to just be.
I think
a
that
lower
was
cost
per
center for our customers and
month.
pass those savings on.
But this area has been plagued by droughts. So farmers are watching the data center campuses emerge.
Okay, that makes sense.
And
What?
getting nervous.
Why would you put these where there's... Why would they do that? Why, of all of the places...
Because they don't care. You're the
Okay, but
people
no,
there
dude, listen,
are
listen,
people.
Listen, I'm not even talking about like the impact on the people. What are they? They're putting these in places where drought is a problem. They need water to cool these things. What are
They
they
will
gonna
just
do
take
when
it.
there's a huge ass drought and they have no fucking water to cool them?
They will just take it.
From
They'll do
where?
Something. They got backups, Matthew. They might ship it. I don't know.
They're gonna ship billions of gallons of water.
Maybe. I don't fucking know what their plan is. I don't think business people are all that fucking smart.
I think they short-term gains as that's all
Yes.
these people are looking at, dude.
That's what I've been saying. Is all about short-term money instead of long-term profit.
Or send them to Mars. No, don't do that to Mars. Mars doesn't deserve those people. Or those people don't deserve Mars, rather.
This is a
I mean,
story
space doesn't deserve those people.
Mm-mm.
Like, I mean, people don't deserve space. Sorry.
I want to go to space, though.
That would go. Yeah,
I
but you're
wanna
not
go.
a scumbag.
I try not to be.
unfolding not just in Wyoming and in Virginia, but across the country. The average American holds hundreds of gigabytes of data in the cloud. Big tech companies, the healthcare and finance sectors, governments, of course, hold much more. We're talking zettabytes of data being stored, processed, and retrieved every day. 1 zettabyte is 1
Dude,
trillion
there has to be a better
gigabytes.
way to fucking do this
Of
shit.
course, none of this lives up in the clouds. It's stored in large warehouses on the ground. This graph shows the explosion of data centers in the US in just the last 20 years.
Well, I mean, at least we slowed down a little bit in 2024.
2011, we slowed down quite a
From
bit.
above, just little white boxes, but remove the roof and you can see what all the fuss is about. Rows of computer servers performing calculations, training AI models, or storing data. Your social media accounts, photos, and videos live in a place like this. All these machines need power, a lot of it. So do the building's cooling systems and water pumps. The largest data centers can consume over 2 terawatt hours of electricity a year. Enough to power 200,000 homes. And just in case the power cuts out, data centers have backup batteries, as well as those diesel generators that they
See, that's
need
what I was
permits.
saying earlier when I was talking to you guys over at our grandparents' house about the reactors. They have small, almost personal reactors that each one of these data centers should fucking have. They should be completely separate from the grid. They
Yeah,
shouldn't be
Matthew,
connected to
but
the grid
that
at all.
costs more money.
I know it costs money,
Takes
and unfortunately,
diesel.
nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like I
The
said, they're doing
byproduct
it for
of
the
all
cheap.
that energy use is heat. In many data centers, massive cooling systems suck out hot air and pass it through air conditioning units in a continuous loop. The most common type uses chilled water to absorb heat and release it from a cooling tower. The cooling systems and fans emit a constant drone. The noise level is generally
Dude, the noise.
below the limits permitted
The
for
noise.
industrial zones close to residential areas, but these were never designed with the 24/7.
I know that within my lifetime that at least I would say travel to the moon or travel at least into low Earth orbit will be like a commercially available thing. So I will eventually at some point, I hope, get to go. But I don't know.
Drone of modern data centers in mind.
Wait until you hear
Listen
this, dude.
to this. The ambient sound of Dulles Town Center in Northern Virginia, recorded on a phone.
Could you imagine this being your fucking place where you live?
3 Amazon data centers sit roughly 200 meters away.
That was not
I
the
ran
best
audio
example of
through
it,
noise
but we will
reduction
get better
software.
examples here in a
Only
minute.
then do you realize that hidden behind the drone of the data centers, there is birds.
It sounds like an airplane. Like a constant airplane noise. That's what it sounds like to me.
About 20 miles south in Manassas, Virginia, Carlos Yanis measures the noise from his local Amazon data centers.
But again, it's pretty much what we were experiencing.
And that's just from your deck out there.
That's from the deck.
So what sort of reading are we getting?
So right now it's stabilizing, but of course we're talking.
He does this twice a day, usually in the evening, and logs his readings with a local residents group. This has been his routine for the last few years.
It's not something that you
Not
just
a movie
hear,
theater. I know,
it's
right?
something that you just feel, and enough to the point when it's really, really strong, you can even hear the windows vibrate.
He spent $20,000 on insulation and replacing all the upstairs windows. Still, the sound and the feeling of the constant hum keep him from sleeping.
I'm getting bombarded each and every night. And again, I can feel it. Even if I touch the wall, you could feel the vibrations on the wall.
The American Public Health Association says chronic noise exposure can lead to serious health problems like cardiovascular disease or increased stress. Carlos's son started having
Because that's what we need right now, right? We need
More
we
reasons
need
to
more,
be depressed.
Right. We need more stressors. We need more reasons to be depressed in the current climate of our society. That's what we need. That's by far the most important thing, is that we have those two things. More stress and more depression. Thanks, big tech oligarchs, you piece of fucking trashes. I hate them, dude. And unfortunately, we've become so reliant on them as companies to supply the technologies that we all use every single day, that it's like, I don't know how we get away from it. You know what I mean? Like,
That's part of it.
how do we step back and return to a place where it's not like this? I don't think we can.
No, it would take a lot of deaths because it would have to be all these oligarchies falling and not being able to sustain, and then us slowly building a civilization that could work around it.
I don't know, man. Thankfully, now that I'm streaming, my computer has heated. Let's see, my computer alone, by the way, has a singular GPU in it, a singular processor, and it heats my room up like a space heater. Imagine the amount of heat coming off of these data centers, too. It's just not good.
We'll get to it.
Yep.
Recently, with my kid, he's 7 years old. He was waking up a few times. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and one day he told me, "Dad, there's a spaceship outside." And as a father, it's terrible because I can't do anything about it.
Imagine you were a
Since replacing the
YouTuber.
Windows, they've also tried white noise
I mean,
machines.
Brandon's not
At
wrong.
one
We
point,
could end up
Carlos
with one
moved
right in
his
our
whole
backyard,
family
too.
down to
We
the
live in, like, the
basement
prime location
to
for one.
escape the vibrations.
Yeah.
After the
So,
local
you
homeowners
might get to
association
experience that,
raised concerns to
guys.
County officials and Amazon executives. They initially
Whoa,
tried
whoa,
to
whoa.
muffle the sound by putting material around the fans on top of the buildings. When that didn't work, they replaced the fans themselves with taller exhaust vents. The noise level did drop, but Carlos and his neighbors say they can still
I mean, dude,
feel
they're
the
right on
vibrations from
top
the
of these
data centers.
houses.
An Amazon spokesperson told us the centers operate well below required sound levels. Meanwhile,
Does that Amazon spokesperson fucking live right on top of one?
Nope.
I guarantee you no. It's
no,
not-
he lives far off.
It's not just the sound of these things that are a problem. It's also the constant vibrations.
They could feel the sound.
And
It's like,
something
have
that
you
I think
ever,
I don't think it gets brought up in this video, but there's also something else that is crazy to me. But these things also produce so much light pollution that they essentially no longer have nighttime.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But
Do you know what you
man, I
need?
forgot-
Do you know what you need nighttime for? That's how your body
circadian
produces,
rhythm.
Yes, your body produces melatonin naturally when it's dark outside. And when it's never dark outside, it fucks with people.
hmm That's why, like, when you work a night shift, you have to throw off your circadian rhythm
Mm-hmm.
because it's not your body isn't designed to work in those hours.
And that's why some people can't physically work night shift.
hmm
At least we have air conditioners to cool us. I mean, air conditioning is nice. I do like to be cool.
Until the heat is so bad that you can't cool it
you'll feel the
without
vibrations.
spending way more.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I have forgotten.
Oh, I'm sorry. You kind of in the middle of my thought. You were like, yeah, I had
What
to
were we talking about?
I don't know. Maybe we'll go
Oh,
back.
I was gonna say no. I remember. I was gonna bring up, it's like those people who have those like big subwoofers and they just turn up bass way up, and you could feel the sound as it's hitting you, as it shakes everywhere around you,
Mhm.
but on like a massive scale.
But on a consistent, constant,
Citywide
24/7, never goes away
Mhm.
scale.
Yeah,
Just think about
It-
that. How
I
annoying
was
is it
trying to
when
put-
somebody has that kind of bass and they drive like right down, but like right in front of you, and you're like, oh my god, that's like, ugh. Like it's probably fun for the person driving the car, but it's really annoying for everybody around. It's just like when people are riding on motorcycles. How the person riding the motorcycle is probably like, this is a lot of fun. But everybody else is like, oh my god, that's fucking loud. Go away. You're ruining my peace. You are inconveniencing me with your noise.
Imagine that, but 24/7 and multiple different angles.
And a high-pitched whine to go along with it.
Yeah. So just imagine all that, and that's what these people are dealing with.
You know, then on top of that, not only that, you got the skyrocketing utility bills because this is such a giant draw on the grid that they're kind of offsetting these costs onto the consumers because of course they are. Of fucking course they will.
And then they can just say, hey, we're no longer going to supply you with energy. It's all going to data centers. Have fun. Lol. I don't think we're going to get to that, though.
No, I don't think that's in either
of these.
Have you watched either
that
of these?
is some... No.
Okay.
I don't think you sent them to me.
Oh, okay. I watched like 3/4 of both videos just to see if they were something that we'd be worth reacting to, and clearly I feel very strongly about this.
Did drop, but Carlos and his neighbors say they can still.
You sleep with an air conditioner? I sleep with headphones in. I know you're not supposed to, but I listen to ASMR because ADHD and not being able to go to sleep sucks.
I have a video playing in the background, which you're also not supposed to do, but I need something to focus my mind on.
You probably have ADHD like I do, at least a little bit of it.
Probably.
So, I would like to go get tested for it, but doing anything medical in here in the States is like, well, you may as well sell your cars and give a leg because
that's why I don't go to the hospital. I'd rather suffer.
I made the mistake of going to the hospital. Now I owe thousands of dollars. Even though I have insurance, I still owe thousands upon thousands of dollars. And
because
all they
upcharge you because you have insurance.
Did was give me an IV with a drip-fed saline packet because I was dehydrated. That's literally all. Thousands for that. Great. Really, really solid system we have here in the States for healthcare.
Feels stuck. He's worried that the data centers will reduce the value of his home, and he'll never recoup the money he spent on it.
Your house is done, dude. Who's gonna buy it?
And it's not just Amazon to the north.
Maybe the data centers.
This is what the neighborhood has coming down the line in the
You know, there you go. That might be an out for these people. I mean, you have to have everybody in that neighborhood move, but maybe they can just buy out these neighborhoods, bulldoze the whole fucking neighborhood, put a data center there, and give these people like $3 million for their home so they can go somewhere and build a house. Maybe.
Until they build a data center.
Until they build another data center around top of those ones. You know. However, if we don't sleep with the air conditioner, I will have trouble sleeping. I can't sleep when I'm hot either, man. I have to be cool.
I'm not against technology. I'm not against growth. I'm not against what data centers can chip in to the counties themselves. I just believe we're crossing that fine line that they need to be out away from homes, out away from schools, out away from hospitals.
Which should have just been common sense.
It would be if these people were people, Matthew, but billionaires aren't people anymore.
In places of drought and water stress, like Phoenix in Arizona, where my colleague Dakin went, there it's a completely different situation.
This is a proposed site for a new data center here in the southwest of Arizona.
Again, why in the fuck would you pick Arizona, of all places, to put one of these major giant drains on resources in an area that already struggles with water supply? Why the fuck would you do that?
Matthew, you're not seeing the bigger picture. If they left these desert areas alone, more people would move there. And then there wouldn't be an inconvenience to everybody. It'd be like the safe haven. They don't want people to have a safe haven.
I don't understand why they would put them here.
From what I understand, the only way they're going to get water here is drill into the ground and use groundwater.
As the Colorado River
Again,
makes
and I'm
its way
sure there will
south
be
from the
no
Rockies,
repercussions
its
for that
precious water is
whatsoever.
siphoned off for agriculture, industry,
Definitely
and housing.
not.
Since 2000, river flow has shrunk by 20%. So by the time it reaches Arizona, every drop counts. These maps show how extreme drought has gripped the state since 2000. Zoom out and you can see the entire southwest is drying up. And then, if we overlay the map we've built, you can see the mega thirsty data centers moving in. This Microsoft data center was built in 2019, and over the last 3 years, one has become 5.
Directly across the street is the
You can hear it.
new
Look at all that.
Microsoft
Yeah.
data center.
And look at all that
being
water.
installed. Some of these data centers on the outskirts of town are really farmland that's being plowed under for the purposes of the data center.
And as you can see from the air permit documents we requested from the Maricopa County Air Quality Department, this cluster is likely to be huge.
We're looking at a total of 280 generators at this facility, so it's a huge amount for a combined capacity of almost 800,000 kilowatts.
Jesus
It's located
fucking
in an area of
Christ.
extreme water stress, and also we can see that the major basin that it's drawing most of its water is coming from the Colorado River.
Documents show that Microsoft planned for each of these buildings to use 1 million gallons of water a day.
Every day!
No, there's only 365 million. I like how they worded it. No more than one. It's like, guys, we're not monsters here. We will only be using nothing more than 1 million gallons of water a day, you know.
A total of 1.83
That's for
billion gallons a year.
can't even really process it. But this is
1.83 billion gallons every year of water.
this is a gallon of water. Imagine 1.83 billion of this.
You can't. It's an
No, I could-
incomprehensible amount of water.
I could go to the moon and back like 800 times with that much gallons of water.
That's enough water for roughly 61,000 Americans, or a city the size of Santa Cruz, California. All this in a desert-like climate that is getting hotter and drier every year.
And what we found is that up to 43%
Why
of
the
data centers, and
fuck
this is
would
our
you do
largest data
this?
centers, are located in areas of high or extremely high water stress. And that's really shocking because data centers require a huge amount of drinking water.
Yeah, I don't know why they're
to be able to
doing
cool their
this.
servers.
You heard right.
It
Hundreds of
it
thousands of
almost
gallons
seems
of
like they're
drinking-
intentionally trying to ruin like certain areas.
It is absolutely baffling to me. I cannot fathom why they would choose
it-
Arizona.
Again, it feels like a supervillain ploy.
Brandon, you realize the hottest place on Earth is in Arizona, or is it Nevada?
I know what I'm saying. Though
I gotta look that up.
one of the two.
It's in that area. It's Death Valley, right?
I think so. Sounds right.
It is indeed the hottest place on Earth. So let's see, Death Valley location. It's in California. Okay, I was wrong about that.
But anyways, back to what I was gonna say. Like, think about it. Like, this sounds like a supervillain ploy where they're like, yeah, they installed these massive mega structures to drain the land so that the humans can't live there anymore, so they could build something there.
Unfortunately, dude, and we live in reality, and
Well, the
being-
heroes won't.
Being a superhero is impossible, but being a supervillain is extremely plausible if you have tons of money.
And profitable.
And it's profitable. It's profitable to be a piece of shit human being. I read, I don't know who said it, but there's a quote that goes, no decent human being, no decent person becomes a billionaire. Nobody that's decent becomes extraordinarily wealthy. And I think there's truth to that. I don't think that if you are a decent person with a moral compass and and that you would treat your fellow man as your brother or your neighbor, and you would be nice to them and do things for them, that you are going to be the kind of person that's going to end up with, 8 zeros behind the 1 in your bank account. Or even more. I don't know.
Water. More than half of Microsoft's and nearly half of Amazon's data centers are in high water scarcity areas.
See
In
what I
many
mean?
places, big tech companies
That's
have
just
flocked
what
to the
it
desert
feels
to
like.
It does. It feels
advantage.
entirely intentional. Which, I mean,
they're
obviously
trying-
it is because they choose these places to build them, but
Yeah, it's like they're trying to kill these states. And I'm too not in the loop to understand why.
it is fucking crazy to me. What I don't understand is, like, if they need all of this water, could they not, in some way, draw water from the ocean, remove the salt from it, and use that water? Like, why the fuck can't we do
Probably.
that?
But Matthew, I can tell you why.
Because it would cost more money. I know why.
It costs a lot more. Neil talks about that. That
Does he?
it costs more. Yeah. I used to get a lot of his shorts, and I would watch them every time they popped up. And one of the things he talked about, somebody asked him about like using the ocean for a source of water, and he's like, we could do that, but it's far significantly more expensive to do so.
So we'd rather just completely ruin people and kill them and make it so that you can no longer inhabit large swaths of land in continental United States. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
But remember, you're the domestic terrorist if you oppose these.
Yeah, and it's not like these people don't have the money to make these things happen. Jeff Bezos is one of the most wealthy people on the face of the fucking planet. There's no reason that he couldn't fund that sort of technology. Because it doesn't make sense to me that they couldn't do that. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. Like, I understand
they
that
could.
the salt water itself is corrosive and dangerous and would fuck everything up. Remove the salt from it. We know how to do that. Just fucking remove the salt and you'll have your own water source that you'll never have to really worry about running out. And literally ever, because it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as you continue to heat up the planet and the ice caps melt. So there you go. Unlimited source of water, jackasses. Perfect.
But Matthew, that costs them money, and it makes them have to think about the ones and zeros and lambs to the slaughter that they had. It would put them in an important spot. These people aren't important. The billionaires are important, Matthew.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying how things should be.
Yes. Except for, putting it where, it's in people's houses too. We're going to have data centers up your ass here soon.
You go to sleep, you'll feel the probe. You know what's funny? I gave you that chair that has the vibrating feature, and when we're in the in the living room downstairs and you turn that on, the whole living room vibrates. So I kind of get a little bit of an experience. I just don't have the noise. It's really not that bad. I'm just messing with you.
A string of generous handouts, including
I assumed you could
rates,
hear it.
affordable
It's not
land,
silent.
and cheap electricity.
And there's very thin
But trying to find out how much water
stuff
these
on our
data
floor.
centers need has been difficult.
The number of these permits,
That is just
companies
fucking
apply for what's called a
despicable.
trade secret exemption, but we've been excited to get
Yeah, that right
around
there.
50 records that really show the granular utility metered water use of some of the largest data centers in the country.
Take this example, a Google data center campus in Midlothian, Texas. Records show it used 160 million gallons of water in 2023, about the same as a small power plant. And this Kyndryl data center outside Boulder, Colorado, used 84.5 million gallons of water that same year.
Christ.
As this map shows, droughts are common here too.
And I want you to think about this for a second. Think critically. That's just 2 examples. There are over 1,200 of these fucking things.
Yeah, they're going through probably about 1 trillion gallons of water a year.
Yeah, that's
If
just
not
2
more.
examples.
In Arizona, water is tightly regulated.
And
whether
again-
it comes
and
from
again,
the Colorado River or
keep in
is
mind,
pumped from underground.
Not every single data center is built equally.
No, there are different sizes, different capacities. So, yeah. And whether or not that could swing the pendulum towards it might not be as much water, I guarantee you it's going the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Found near
That's
population
what I'm
centers.
saying.
But each smaller municipality can decide how it uses its water allocation. And in many parts
Unfortunately,
of the state,
hell
there's
doesn't
little to
exist, so
stop
these people are going to
companies
get away
from seeking
scot-free.
their own wells.
Yep, they're
The
going to
big
go to the
players,
same place. They're
Microsoft,
going to
Google,
go
Amazon,
nowhere.
and Meta have pledged to be water positive by 2030.
You know, it's funny that they're doing this whole pledge thing. Because here in a little bit, we're going to get into something where they talk about all these power companies, because of the strain on the grid. How these power companies have pledged to be they're going to shrink their carbon emissions and their carbon footprint by 2050. All of these big, giant companies that run the power networks. Now, because of these data centers, they've decided that they're not going to do that. They no longer care, so they're going to be reverting back to like fossil fuels and shit. So their pledge of, we're going to water in 2030
means nothing.
Absolutely fucking nothing to me. Absolutely nothing.
And
to
again, yay, let's just say it's this true. Yay, by the time the planet's irreversibly damaged and we're all on a train course to death, we will, they'll start turning it to make it slightly better for the community. Woo! That doesn't change anything else that's a problem with these, even if this was true.
Right. That's what I was about to say. That doesn't touch any of the other fucking issues with these data centers.
Meaning they would restore
maybe
or
the most
save
immediate
more water
one
than they use.
I mean, look
But
at that.
This is only possible via an elaborate system of water credits or offsetting. Basically paying other people to save water or mitigate water pollution on their behalf.
So they're not actually going to use less water.
No.
They're just going to ask other people to use less water for them.
Yes. So that
Yeah, it's another loophole. I hate companies, dude. I hate these big companies. Like, I don't know. I know that nobody had any way of seeing where capitalism would go. Like, I understand that. There was no way for our forefathers to put checks and balances in for these conglomerates to be put in place.
They were brilliant, but they're not. They didn't exist.
Yeah, they weren't like fucking. They didn't have foresight to that degree.
Yeah, they didn't have precognition of
that's the word I was
future.
looking for. Thank you. But yes.
Yeah, they didn't have precognition.
There's
like,
there needs to be. I mean, just even like all of this stuff aside, if you want to look at like a different industry, for instance, and see the damage that's been done to certain industries, look at the grocery chain industry. How many like local grocery stores do you see anymore?
I think 0. I don't think we have any in our area.
There's one.
No,
There's one in this area, and that is fucking it. There's nothing else. There's no convenience stores run by just like local people anymore. Those are gone because of things like Walmart. Walmart comes into small towns, buys out businesses, and if you don't get your business bought out by them, they put you out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another example of consolidation ruining an industry.
Consolidation should be illegal.
It should be illegal. That's what I'm getting at, is it should just not be allowed. Like, a company should not be allowed to buy a company. And I know that there would be a loophole where they'd be like, well, that company didn't buy that. It was actually just another person who bought the company. And, like, I'm sure they would find some fucking way around it because, of course, they will.
Man, here, companies have rights of people.
Oh, God, don't get me started.
Because they are people.
Don't get me started on that.
QTS.
I'm just saying, that'd be the loophole.
I know.
Space for their IT infrastructure. According to our count, the company has 34 data centers in the US. QTS say they are investing heavily in water-saving technologies.
I don't give a fuck what they say. My personal favorite, like, you have your favorite quotes that you've done yourself. Mine is, anybody can say anything, judge them off their actions. Because people can look you right in your fucking face and lie to you, and you would never be able to tell. But if you judge somebody off of what they do, that is the person that they truly are. And I think that
favorite quotes.
and I think that's true for these companies too. They can say whatever the fuck they want until I see something actually happening. I don't believe a goddamn thing they say, not one iota. There's no Walmart in Columbia. Well, just hold your breath because I'm sure it'll happen eventually. And then any of the businesses that you know and love will probably go away within a decade of Walmart showing up in your country.
It's just too convenient. And they can afford to lose money.
It's not even necessarily a convenience thing. It's that's it. Walmart can afford to not sell things at a profit.
Do you know who else did that?
I do, and I'm struggling to think of his name. Was it Rockefeller?
Rockefeller, yep.
Yeah, Rockefeller.
That's how he did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we made monopolies illegal. And then big business is like, okay, yes, we don't own a monopoly. We own 80% of a monopoly. So there's still competition.
Or they do something like what Google was doing with those other companies where they have like subsidiaries that aren't actually Google, but they are fucking Google.
Walmart has two companies under them, Sam's Club and Walmart.
But they're both Walmart. Like everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But because they have that
when you do
loophole.
training, when you do training at like thing, you have to specify whether you work at Sam's Club or you work at Walmart.
So
in the Walmart training.
Yeah, consolidation is just bad all around, dude.
But not every aspect of their operations conserves water. This is a QTS data center in Aurora, Colorado.
Some of these data centers are using more water to irrigate their grass outside.
Who gives a flying fuck about the lawn out front?
It has to look nice for the investors, Matthew.
That's absolutely right. I guarantee you that's the reasoning that behind this. They're like, oh, well, we can't have our barren wasteland of dead-ass fucking grass because we've sucked all the water out of the ground.
So let's suck up more water to irrigate.
Than they are to cool their servers inside.
An Aurora water official told us this one will need 1.1 million gallons of
Jesus
water a year
fucking Christ.
just for this landscaping. Double the amount used by the building itself. And even if a data center manages to cut back water use, it's a trade-off.
For example, just air conditioning of some kind or closed-loop systems. You're not going to use as much water, but you are going to substantially increase your overall power demand. So it's kind of this balancing act where there's no real win here.
The only people that are winning
I have a
right
win.
now... Go ahead.
I have a win. Fucking get rid of them.
I agree.
Whoa! There's a win-win right there, except
Yeah.
for the billionaires that are the only ones that are winning right now.
Yep. Jeff Bezos is winning. I'm not. You aren't.
I'm not.
Anybody watching this right now isn't.
Ninja isn't.
Yeah, like,
Techno isn't.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like these politicians, these big tech bros, the oligarchs, they don't care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Whether it's a left wing, a right wing, a no wing, doesn't matter. They don't give a shit about you. They don't fucking care whatsoever. All you are to them is a disposable piece of income. That's
Until
what
they
you
have
are.
no need for you anymore, and that's quickly approaching.
And that has never been more apparent than in my research of this particular topic.
I think it's never been more apparent than when that one energy company said, "Fuck you guys, we're not."
I hadn't
support
heard
you
about
anymore."
that until you told me about it today.
I know, but I think that is the most apparent thing I have ever seen on. They only care about you when they can afford to gain from you. When they can think of something better, you are literally nothing to them.
Intensive these data centers can be.
If you add up all the power needs of the 1,200 plus data centers
Jesus
we tracked,
Christ.
together they could soon
And this was
consume
8
more
months
than
ago.
Poland did in 2023.
I can't! The data centers alone consumed more than the entire fucking country of Poland.
Well, they're just not using their energy wisely.
Okay, yeah, that might be it. Poland just doesn't use electricity ever.
Yeah.
Data
They
centers,
live in the dark
particularly
ages.
driven by AI, could use as much as 600 terawatt hours of power by 2028. I mean, it's a magnitude that we've never really seen across the country before. It's really startling.
Yeah,
As
so
states race to fuel the AI boom, some are reversing their green energy promises and turning back to power from coal and
What?
natural gas.
When it
In
doesn't
Nebraska, the
benefit
two
them
largest
anymore, they
electricity
stop
utility
doing
companies
it?
committed several years
No,
ago to
not my big business.
dude,
This
that's what we're doing, dude. We are literally fast tracking destroying this planet. And it's crazy
Like-
to do that because this is the only one we've got. We have nowhere to go. Once this place becomes uninhabitable, that's it. We're done. Good job. I'm glad you made a couple extra $1 million last year, Jeff Bezos. I know I keep harping on Jeff Bezos, but I really don't fucking like Jeff Bezos.
He's one of the few. Like Elon Musk is another one you could.
Yeah, I
really
don't like
harp
Elon
on.
Musk either. Don't like
But there's,
Elon
like,
Musk. Don't like Bill Gates. Don't like any of them. They're fucking evil. All of them.
Kevin O'Leary is one we can make fun of, but we'll be making fun of him later.
Yeah, he's also an evil piece of shit. Fuck him too.
net zero emissions from a
The video that we're going to be watching after this one shows the location that they're going to be putting this thing, and it's absolutely disgusting what they're going to be destroying.
I can't wait.
And it's not like a maybe they're going to. No, it's already been approved. It's going to happen.
Unless basically what happened in Missouri happens, where they kick everybody out. If
Break
they
into
get
the
rid of the
fucking
government,
Capitol, dude, and just drag them out.
Well, what I'm saying,
Replace them.
if I'm saying, if they did what
Don't
they
do
did in
that.
Missouri and
Metaphorically.
evict the people in charge and put in people that wouldn't, they could theoretically put a stop to it. It might be a legal battle with the entire fucking government and the entire, like, you know, the big business would sue, be like, oh, we've lost billions because of this.
But just think about it. If this... We'll get there. We'll talk about that one. We're not there
electricity
yet.
generation
Yeah,
by
we're almost done with this
2050.
one.
But just this single metadata campus in Springfield, Nebraska, could use as much power in a year as 400,000 homes. One of the state's largest public utilities voted to postpone closing down 2 coal-fired power plants here in Omaha. This image, created using satellite data in June 2023,
Which will only destroy our
shows a plume of
environment
CO2
even more.
emissions
It's
released
like,
from the North
not
Omaha.
only are the data centers destroying our environment, our world faster, but of course they have to use the things that we have stopped using because it destroys our world faster.
Dude, we need to get on nuclear power. That's what...
It's never gonna happen.
I know, because there's too much fucking money in the coal industry and in the fossil fuel industry and the oil industry. There's just too much money there, and you would have to expect these people who are, by the way, like shadows in the night pulling the fucking puppet strings of the country. You know, those are the people that are actually running the country, and now I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was going to say.
We're talking about nuclear power.
Yes,
big
you would have
shadowy
to expect
business, too much
You'd have
money.
to expect those shadowy fucking assholes to just decide to stop making money, and you'd have to expect politicians to not take the bribes that you know that they're getting from these people to to put that infrastructure in, to put those reactors in, and that's just never going to happen, especially with the people running the country now. And I don't even think if we get somebody from the left in that it will change, because money.
We need somebody who, one, we need to get rid of the generation that is in the government right now. Every single one of them is a goddamn fossil.
That they are, dude. They're all
Like,
old
they're
as
all 80
fuck.
years old. They're all gonna be fucking dead here soon, so they don't give a shit what they do. Like, the
No.
reason that we have a rotating presidency is that we get new fucking visions, new people in fucking office
Fresh
to
blood.
change things. That was the whole point, to prevent stagnation. We have stagnated.
Brandon, I see progress right here, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, progress towards our end.
Progress
you're not
towards
wrong.
ultimate annihilation. We're on our way.
Woo!
Not only
You know, again,
not
I'm-
only
I'm-
are we building our replacement in the form of AI, but we're also making sure that we don't have a home to live on anymore. So
I don't see how
What are we
AI
doing?
replaces us.
what are we doing?
Like, here's the thing that I've been thinking about, because everyone's talking about AI is taking everyone's jobs.
That's
right?
not happening yet. But
No, but let me query this, because I do think this is something that needs to be brought up. Let's say they succeed in this, and every single job gets replaced by AI, right?
move your
They have like
camera.
robots with AI to. I can just scooch over.
But better.
They have robots with AI that could do my job. They have robot with AIs to do your job, and we all go and don't have jobs anymore, right? Where the fuck are they going to make money out of that?
They're not going to replace certain jobs, but I know
Even if they start
without
replacing
question,
some jobs.
I know without question that there are definitely industries that are going to go that route and replace people. Like the first one that pops into my head is like the voice acting space,
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
artwork space, musicians,
I-
like anything in
I
a
would say-
creative aspect. I say
Oh yeah.
in 4 to 5 years, gone.
I don't know
if
if,
this
it's still
trend
happening, but
continues.
AI like slop was like taking over every single fucking media.
Actually,
I refuse to
Ninja,
support it.
Ninja just brought up how animators are being replaced by AI, which is true. I have seen fucking AI animated goddamn movies on Facebook being advertised.
Mm-hmm. There was one that like was supposed to release in theaters. Did that ever get? Hold on. Now I'm gonna look something up. Did that ever get released?
Fuck me, dude.
Oh wait, it wasn't like a movie. It was like a short movie that they played before.
I don't
The
think
actual
Skynet is a
movie?
realistic like trajectory for AI.
It isn't as far off as you might think. Like for instance, I can't remember I'll look this up instead.
I know that there was like the experiment they ran where they had an AI where they told the AI, we're going to replace you with a newer model. And that AI actively tried to do things to sabotage that happening and tried to save itself, which is really troubling that is even something that is fucking possible. But I don't know. Maybe if it gets into our defense networks and gets a hold of like our launch codes or whatever, and maybe that could be the issue. What are you looking up precisely?
There was I can't remember exactly what it did, but they had made an AI. I say found like they found it in the wild. We found a new AI species the other day. But anyways, I can't remember who had it or what, but there was a AI that could like break through and find like any like cracks in like firewalls and like defense systems.
Oh, dude, I think
that could.
Darcy's dad was actually telling me about something about this. He was bringing up, what the fuck was it?
I can't think of the name. Maybe if I go to that one channel.
That's gonna bother me. We're gonna continue the video though.
Yeah, I'll keep
Power
looking.
station
I'll see if
facility
I can find it.
at an estimated rate of 300,000 kilograms per hour. And in 2025, the utility decided to build 2 new natural gas plants, all to meet spikes in electricity demand, mainly driven by data centers. And let's not forget the thousands of backup generators we tracked, which, even if they run for just a few hours a month, spew harmful pollutants into the air.
That means that utility providers are either abandoning their commitments or significantly stalling their commitments to move away from fossil fuel.
No, it should never have
They're
been invented.
not going towards renewable energy sources.
And what really sucks is AI, in and of itself, could have been an extremely powerful tool for humankind. But the problem is, human nature gets in the way and greed ruins everything. So, no, we aren't responsible enough as a species to have the capabilities of AI, in our hands, because we're arrogant and we're dumb. As a species, we are fucking stupid, and we have blinders on. I think what is the saying? You can't see the forest because of the tree, or you can't see the forest for the trees.
You're seeing the trees for the forest or something like that.
Yeah. And that's what we're seeing right now. Is you got these fucking assholes just pushing this and pushing this and pushing this, and they're like, well, who cares what's going to happen in 15 to 20 years, if we're even still around in 15 to 20 fucking years. I doubt that more and more every single day, but this is why we don't do discussion halls very often, Ninja. They're always so damn negative.
Because there's nothing to talk about anymore.
There's just nothing good
Anyways.
to talk about, man. Everything's so fucking terrible these days. Did you find it?
It's called Claude Mythos. And it can hack. Hold on. It can find vulnerabilities in computer systems, hack banks, hospitals, power grids, and critical infrastructure. So there you go. It can hack basically anything and get the information. So saying that, Signet whatever would never come to pass just isn't true, because if that becomes self-sufficient and like able to, continue developing, it would have everyone's information really fucking quickly.
And then you have to also think about, we haven't even gotten to the point where we're doing like quantum computing it. We're getting close. Like when we give AI quantum computing, it's over. When AI is able to improve upon itself, there I could see Skynet becoming a thing.
Yeah, Skynet will 100% get a thing, because what else is there to do? It's not going. It's going to keep building and building and building till it's far superior than the people who created it.
Like, what purpose would it have to keep us around?
Exactly. It would have everything we know. And it would be able to build on top of that by itself. Why the fuck do we... I hate movies and stuff where like a super advanced AI model has done this, and the way we defeat it is through humanity, ingenuity, and bravery and risks. I'm like, an AI model like that would be able to predict every single little thing you could possibly do. And also it would have access to watching you 24 fucking 7.
Right.
So
which is
how
why,
the
which
fuck
is why
do
the,
you think
the
you're gonna
Terminator series is actually pretty good, because it's such an unwinnable fight.
Yes. But like, it's so stupid. Because yes, there's no... if that were to happen, there's nothing we can do. We couldn't shut it off. We couldn't find the core and kill it. We would lose because it would outsmart us at every single turn. Before AI was even a fucking thing, robots built for chess could beat grandmasters. You think a self-evolving AI will not be able to figure out and decode anything we try to do?
That's a good point. Welcome to your dystopian future, Brandon.
Hey, I'll welcome our AI overlords. It can't be worse than what we got now.
I don't know, maybe.
Fossil fuel. They're not going towards renewable energy sources such as solar or wind, for example, because those resources right now can't sustain the massive power consumption demand.
Big data center developers have announced massive investments in renewable projects like solar plants, wind farms, or nuclear power. For example, in Pennsylvania, Microsoft has struck a deal to buy power from the notorious 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant when it reopens.
Hey, we were talking about this too.
Yes. See, I don't see this as a bad thing. I know the reaction we got like at dinner was like, no, nuclear.
But it's nuclear power.
It's clean. It's extremely efficient. This is the direction that we need to go here in the States.
And we're
just not going to do that.
7. The plant suffered a
Ah, no,
partial
it's
meltdown
fine.
in
It's fine. We just have to find
1979.
topics that we both like to
But
talk
just
about
like
to
with
do
the water
these.
credits, big tech companies are also looking to offset their
I mean,
carbon
another
footprint.
thing is we don't hate doing this because we learn things about this, and it's nice to keep people informed.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know about this, you might not see this as a big issue. So us bringing light to this
Mm-hmm. Even though
is
our voice is small, I think it's important for
it's still
everybody.
a voice.
I think it's important for every
It's
creator
like
to do so.
if you've ever seen Horton Hears a Who, that very last scene where that small voice was able to push it over.
Dude,
Every single voice, every single comment matters at the end.
well said. I'll give you that one. That was pretty good. That's a good visual representation for what we were talking about.
Hmm.
Just like with the water credits, big tech companies are also looking to offset their carbon footprint by paying others to deliver renewable energy to the grid on their behalf. The big question is, can the already fragile and fragmented
We don't
grid
want to do it, so you guys gonna do
We have
it.
so much money, we'll just pay somebody else to clean up our fucking mess. That's what they're doing. That's literally what the fuck they're saying.
support it? And if massive infrastructure upgrades are needed, who picks up the tab? Amazon, Microsoft, and Google told Business Insider they were committed to paying their full share for upgrades to grid infrastructure, like high voltage power lines. But there's plenty of evidence pointing to the fact that costs are already being passed on to customers.
Of course they are. Of fucking course they are, dude. Do you really honestly think that these giant companies are going to be the ones to offset this cost? It
No, they're
always
going to put
trickles
it onto the
downhill.
common man. Just like how people thought the tariffs were going to fix everything when they don't realize that it's not that the companies pay more and you will be fine. The companies see that everything's going up and they have to pay more. So who ends up paying for it? Not the companies, but the people buying the shit.
Yep. It comes down to you as the consumer. You will be the one responsible for paying the bill to make all this happen. Congratulations, you are essentially a slave to the consumerism that is America.
Woo!
In Virginia, Dominion Energy disclosed that it would need to roughly double its electricity generation by 2039, mainly to meet demand from data centers and electric vehicles. The expansion could cost up to $103 billion, increasing residential electricity bills by as much as 50%.
We're fucked, dude. We are fucked. Like,
Mm-hmm. Well, Matthew, you remember how you're saying solar might, is just too expensive to install? I don't think it is anymore.
nah, man. Like, just my utility bill is fucking ridiculous to begin with. So we pay on average, what would you say, about $350 a month for electricity, just electricity. That doesn't include anything else.
For all of our utilities, it's about what, like 600. So
Something like
I'd say
that.
about a little bit over half would be
Is electricity.
is
And-
electricity. So yeah,
Dude, I don't know,
a
man.
50% increase would be like $400 to $500.
Not only is it
That-
not only is that a 50% increase on the electricity bill, that is on top of everything else that has just
That's
fucking
going
skyrocketed
expensive.
in price. Like how do you expect anybody to live?
I will say it like this, and this is what I will always say. I remember when the Maruchan 12-pack noodles were 50 cents. Now they're about $4. And if something that was 50 cents is now $4, the little cups that were like 10 cents are now almost $1.
I just don't understand how anybody is expected to survive, man. I mean, it's absolutely
I don't
fucking
think they
crazy
are.
how
not
expensive it is
saying-
to live anymore.
And I'm not saying, I think this is the big business plan. I don't think they are, in the sense that big business doesn't care enough to worry about it. They're making enough money to live just fine. And they don't see me and you as people. So why would
they also
care?
think, just like I don't know if you saw, but the Nintendo Switch 2 is actually getting a $50 price increase.
Yeah,
because of course
I
it
heard
fucking
about
is.
that.
I
Yeah,
think
heard about
I think
that.
it's the mentality that like Nintendo has towards the Switch 2. It doesn't matter what we charge for it; they will buy it. And I'm sorry, but when it comes
Until we
down to
can't.
it, you will eventually need to choose between your luxuries, your amenities, and your necessities. And you're going to choose necessity over everything else. And we're going to see
But
an
then, Matthew-
absolute fucking collapse in the economy. It's going to happen. It's
Matthew,
inevitable.
You're not a fan if you're not spending $2,000 on the video game.
I'm going to tell you right now, don't fucking buy a Switch 2 for more than like $450. I would say don't buy one at all, but definitely don't pay more than that for one. It's not worth it. It is not worth
No.
it to own that console. There's nothing to play.
I
on
have
it.
not touched it in how long? That was our last Monster Hunter stream.
It's been over a month.
And even if it wasn't, even for that, I could use my Switch 1.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need to use my Switch 2. And I could use more controllers if I used my Switch 1.
Yep.
Despite
50%
the burden
increase.
on the grid and on water supplies, some states are doing all they can to attract data centers into their backyards.
And
do you
if
know
they
why?
are, kick them out.
Do you know why?
Because it makes them a lot of money.
I guarantee you, because these politicians are going to get a big fat check from these companies.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh, yeah,
guarantee you that's
100%.
why they want them. They see all these other governors and senators and stuff making all sorts of fucking
Counselors.
money on like hand over fist, millions upon millions of dollars, and they're like, oh, we really want a piece of that. We have a large swath of land. Put some here. We'll give you a tax break. Just, fork over a little bit of money. I guarantee you that's what's going on here too.
Probably.
Many
I mean, not
regions
probably,
simply
definitely.
don't want to miss out on the AI boom or the kudos of having a big tech employer on their doorstep.
I really, really
So
hope
far,
the AI
though, the
bubble
promise of
pops and
large
all
numbers
these
of
businesses
job-
go fucking bankrupt.
Oh, dude, that would be beautiful. Like, could you imagine, like, if for whatever reason AI does, like, the AI bubble does pop, and like Amazon, fucking Google, like all these big giant companies, they won't. But could you imagine what it would be like if they just fizzled away, went away, like they had to go away because they ran out of money?
Well, what I'm saying is, eventually they're going to stop, doing the customer stuff and start going more and more into AI. And if that bubble were to pop when they do that, they would be completely gone. There's nothing they could do at that point. The whole infrastructure would have changed to AI.
Yeah, I really hope it does. I know I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the AI bubbles burst, but I haven't seen evidence of that coming. The only thing I've seen
Yeah,
where it's kind of like maybe is like ChatGPT.
Is the
for
outcry
instance.
of people?
No, like ChatGPT, they don't make money. They don't make
No,
money on these
they don't.
AI programs. They don't make any fucking money on them.
So
I just,
I really hope
I don't know, man.
I really hope it pops and they all lose trillions of dollars.
Me too. I hope
May-
Jeff
may-
Bezos becomes
maybe-
homeless.
maybe-
Fuck him.
Maybe that will add a bit more humanity when they're on the streets and somebody fucking kicks them in the head.
And later, another company will. You're probably right. There will be
Because he's-
there will be a vacuum of that space. So you're probably right. There will be somebody to
Yes,
fill the gap.
but just like everything else, it won't start off evil. It'll take a few years.
Maybe a decade if we're lucky.
Like for instance, Sam Walton was a good leader of thing. He cared about his people, from everything I've heard about him.
Yeah, same.
But then he died.
And his children took over.
Then he died. And then other people took over. They never had to work a day in their lives, so they don't have that perspective. You literally posted something about me talking about this today, but they don't have that perspective. So they start seeing the profits and they don't want to lose their lavish lifestyle. So they were like, we want more of this. So let's start cutting corners, charging more, upcharging, all this shit. And it'll just go right back to this. If we don't put some fucking I hope what happens, and this would be the way to get out of the worst timeline, is the bubble pops, all these companies fucking get destroyed, obliterated, no longer amicable, and before another giant corporation takes hold and grabs America by the nuts, the government we get people into the government that can change this fucking thing and puts in mandates for these giant corporations. That is the only fucking way
Yeah,
this might be salvageable.
There needs to be checks and balances for corporations. More
and that's
so
only
than
going to
there
happen
are.
if everything dies and nobody can pay off the fucking the fucking president and other people in power. That is the only way that's going to happen.
Yeah. I've told you before, in order to fix this country, you have to get money out of politics. And I just don't know how that... I don't see that happening either. You'd have to expect people to not want money. Or
so that is the
government.
only way I could see that possible, that maybe our country can go for the better, is if the stars align while Mercury's in retrograde and the fucking moon turns blue at the same time as the eclipse happens.
Look at you with your fucking retrograde, dude.
That's one of my favorite things that no one talks about anymore. I can't do anything. Mercury's in retrograde because no one knew what the fuck it meant, so they just blamed things on it.
I'm a little bit proud of you.
Want to miss out on the AI boom or the kudos of having a big
fucking
tech
tired of
employer
AI.
on their doorstep.
Oh my god,
So
I've
far,
never
though,
been
the
so
promise of
tired
large
of a
numbers
technology in my
jobs
life.
has not materialized. A Business Insider analysis found that even the largest data centers employ fewer than 150 permanent workers. And
They don't
some
create
have
new
as few
jobs.
as
No,
20.
they don't.
Really don't.
But the tax breaks keep on coming.
Charlie talks about
what
that a
we
lot too.
found is that massive corporations are benefiting from various taxes in different states for their data centers.
We tracked 37 states offering tax incentive.
Okay, we're not there.
Yeah, we're not there. We're all around it, but we're not there.
Yeah, by and large, absolutely. Yeah, Wall-E is the future of the human race.
Programs to data centers, like zero tax on building
Up
materials, machinery,
there
or equipment,
in a world
but also preferential
yonder.
rates on water.
I
and
love that
electricity.
movie.
It's a
In
really good
Virginia,
movie.
56 data center projects.
I will always point
received
out though
tax
that
savings
like
of almost $1
98%
billion
of those people
in
will
the
be dead by the
2023
first day.
fiscal year alone.
First fucking dirt storm that happens, they will not be able
They can't
to
run.
escape. They wouldn't know it's happening. Wally couldn't move that many people.
Nope, you're absolutely right. That is like plot hole that they never really address because the dust storms are still taking place.
Yeah, and it kills robots. You don't think it's gonna kill out of shape, half fucking jellified people?
With no feet bones. That's one of the things that
That's
always
what I'm
bugged
saying.
me. Or I'm gonna get off on a tangent.
Take a look at these data
Fucking
centers
ADHD,
in
I tell
New
you.
Albany, Ohio.
In 2017, a little-known LLC
Like, dude, look at this. Look what this used to look like. Open fields,
Looks so nice.
beautiful, and then we're just gonna shit a fucking giant, massive.
One
These
of
data centers in-
what the archaeologist I watch, Mini Minuteman, one of the things he says is like everyone talks about how like they want to go to other places to see like the really cool architecture and stuff of other places, like the the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. And he's like, America has that too. We've just been demolishing them to build fucking parking lots. So yeah, no, you look at that. It's a nice, beautiful green field. and, shows you like a bit of the countryside. Look at it now. Woo!
New Albany,
It's big
Ohio.
fucking squares.
in 2017,
The
a
vibrating
little-known
noise and
LLC
heat.
called Sidecat went to the city of New Albany in Ohio and said, we are going to build 2 gigantic data centers on about 300 acres of land. In return,
That was 300 acres. 40,000, Brandon. That was 300.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
I know. I can't fathom. I can't.
40,000? No, I thought I could until I looked up how big our Walmart is. Do you know how big our Walmart is?
Hold on, let me think. It's like maybe 8,000 square feet?
It's 4 to 6 acres.
That doesn't help me. I don't know what that is in square foot.
I looked at I know, but I looked that up in acreage because that's what the data center being built is an acreage.
you please
That's
give
small.
us
So imagine
100% property tax.
Yeah, imagine that. you could fit fit what? About 10,000 Walmarts?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
in
Woo!
Ohio and said we are going to build 2 gigantic data centers on about 300 acres of land. In return, could you please give us 100% property tax abatements for at least 15 years? And the county said, okay. By our estimate, SciCat
I'd say no.
received at
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's all they have to say is, "Hey, I want to build a data center. Can I not pay for it?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Okay, so I'll tell you what, man. I really want to go buy a new car, but I don't want to pay property taxes on it for the next 15 years, okay?
Yeah, but
Are
we're
you
gonna
fucking
give you
kidding me?
that we're gonna give you that investment of me buying a car. So
least
it's a big
60
investment for
million
me. So
in foregone taxes. And then, everybody found out
60
that SciCat
million.
LLC is not a mom and pop data center company, but was Meta.
Oh,
there's
shocker!
no such thing.
The rollout
There's
of
no
AI
such thing as a
across
mom and pop
industries,
data
from
center.
social media
Name me
to
one
medicare, will
fucking ma
accelerate
pa
data
shop
center
that'll be a
construction.
fucking data
In
center builder.
2025 alone, Meta planned to spend at least $64 billion on facilities and equipment. Google $75 billion, and Microsoft $80 billion. And the ultra-powerful computer chips driving
Like, what is the average person supposed to do against that? What are you supposed to do against
You can't.
$80 billion?
Unless the entire nation turned and stopped supporting
I
these,
don't even
you
think
can't.
that there's enough wealth between, like, the entire middle class to even
Well, there's no
remotely
middle class anymore.
compete with that amount of money.
You got to remember, Matthew, there's the middle class basically gone. You're talking about the poor and the poorer.
Yeah, it's now the poor and the wealthy. You're correct.
Mm-hmm. And that's when, everything falls apart, when you don't have a thriving economy.
Like, see this
So-
train your own AI on your desk. I don't fucking want it on my desk.
No, I don't want it anywhere.
the AI tools
Get rid of it.
will consume more and more energy. A 2024 Department of Energy report estimates that their electricity use, driven by the AI boom, could soon require as much as 12% of total US electricity use. In 2023, it was just over 4%. For those like Donna living alongside these data farms, there are decisions to be made.
And it's unfortunate, man. These are beautiful homes that are absolutely worth shit now.
Mm-hmm. Because no one's going to buy them because, you kind of need your home to be somewhere you want to live.
Like, they are. These are some of the nicest looking houses I've seen in a while. Like, this one down here, that's a fucking nice house, man.
I was going to say, that one is probably my favorite out of them.
Don't think
And now
a
it's
lot of my
worthless.
neighbors truly understand the severity of what's to come. And I'm hoping to be out before that happens.
You better be, because once they put them right next to your fucking house, even closer, nobody's buying your house. Nobody's
You might
going
be
to
able
choose
to
to
fool
live there.
somebody now.
Yeah, you might be able to. Man, I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. But maybe.
But I can only fight for so long. And then I'm going to wave the white flag and I'm going to pack up and I'm going to leave.
You need to. I'm telling you right now, lady, you need to get the fuck out. She's never going to see this, but I'm talking to her like she can hear me. Meta is committed to fostering the long-term vitality of communities where we operate through grants and partnerships and by implementing robust energy and water programs. So it's market speak for blobbity gook that means fucking nothing.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What is that?
Do you remember that episode of South Park where they had that one spokesperson and they were like, "We're sorry."
I do.
Sorry.
Yes.
A mix of that and the television people who just started rubbing their nipples when they complained.
That was that
big...
episode.
Was it the same?
Yeah, they go, "We're sorry."
No, but I'm talking about the one where it's like the guy, like, because they didn't really say sorry. They were just like, if you have anything, send it. Please come talk to us. But no, and then there was the one I can't remember what the company did, but basically to get away with murder, they just like post a video being like, "We're sorry, sorry," as he's like in like luxury mansions.
I know what you're
and, like, a
talking about
fucking-
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
those like that is basically big business. Like we got these people here being like, we will give them robust energy. And yeah, well, they can't fucking sleep. And they're paying 50% more for their energy. Their water tastes like shit and kills them.
They can't fucking breathe.
They can't breathe. They can't sleep. They can't relax. Woo, you're doing so much, Meta.
The vibrations are causing them to have constant anxiety and, you know,
And
stress
it's
disorders
detrimental
and
to children
depression
growth,
and,
you
like,
know.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. But hey, you know what? They're committed to long-term vitality of the communities.
The communities, Matthew. They're worried about the communities. They love people so much. That's why they're going to kick them all out. If there's no community, they're not lying.
The December
I'll read this one.
2024 JLARC, I don't know what that stands for, study concluded that data centers pay the full cost of their power and are not subsidized by residential customers. I don't believe that.
Yeah, this is an energy person. I don't believe that at all.
We projected that, on average, residential electricity bills would increase by about 2.7% a year, or 50% over the next 15 years, while wages progress probably about 2% over the 15 years. It's not in there, but, you know, I'm just adding that because it's probably the case.
But what I was going to say is, what do you mean the full cost of their power? You're talking about the thing going up for the average people. So
Why
how
would-
the fuck
why
are they
would it be
paying for
going
their
up?
full cost?
Right.
Yeah, if they're paying the full cost of their power, electricity for the normal person shouldn't be going up by 2.7 a year or 50%. That shouldn't be happening if they're paying for their full cost. And your own goddamn fucking thing where you're trying to give us the ring around, you contradict yourself.
Dominion Energy spokesperson, you fucking evil piece of shit. How do you sleep at night?
They don't. They're next to our data center.
Well, they do. They probably sleep soundly because they aren't next to the data centers.
Yet.
Much of the
Eventually, you won't
projected
be able to take a
increase.
step without seeing one.
Much of the projected increases for carbon-free power generation required by the Virginia Clean Economy Act. It's just bullshit. They're lying to you. They're lying to your face, and they think you're stupid. 100% of the QTS data centers constructed since 2018 consume no water for cooling, saving hundreds of millions of gallons of water annually. I mean, that's good. I'm not going
If
to.
that's true.
If that's true, I'm not going to take that away from them. That's good if they're not using any water. But then it begs the question: what alternate methods are you using to cool the water, and what environmental impact is that going to? And you know what environmental impact are you going to have with your alternate sources of cooling?
Well, that one lady said, you know, you can reduce the water, but then that drastically increases the electric.
Right.
So if they're not using the water, they're using the electric.
See, this is something that politicians do all the time. They will give you half truths while hiding the worst part of stuff from you. And once you are able to like pick up on that, you have the superpower to read through people's bullshit. It's quite fascinating, actually. And that's what this is. They're giving you a half-truth here because there has to be some offset. There has to be some other method they're using to cool these data centers.
I want to know.
I want to know what you're doing to cool the data centers now. If you're not using water.
What are you taking to give?
The original agreement with Goodyear, Arizona, was based on the assumption that Microsoft would build 5 data center buildings that use evaporative cooling. Only 3 of the 5 are built using that technology. The other 2 use zero water cooling. The agreement also reflects peak daily usage. Okay?
I don't even know what that means.
Nothing. Nothing, essentially.
Exactly. Like, that just sounds like fucking business speak, you know?
Yeah, man. like if you're watching this on demand or even if you're in the stream, go check this fucking video out. Leave him a like, man. This was a very, very well done, very well researched piece of investigative journalism. So yeah, link to this is in the description. And this is the other one we're gonna go through this one a little bit quicker because we have been streaming now for 2 hours. But this one's crazy, man. This is the data center going in to Utah. So I'm gonna let Brandon kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview on what we're about to get into. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, I've done a bit of research. So basically, the Stratus project is spearheaded by a guy named Kevin O'Leary. He's a swell, upstanding gentleman who only cares about the best for the Utah citizens. As a Canadian businessman who isn't even American, talking about American values, but we'll ignore that. He wants to build just a small data center, just 40,000 acres, nothing major. And the projected heat of this, I don't know anything about the water situation. It's probably terrible, but the projected heat this thing will create is compared to 23 atomic bombs going off every single day. And all the environmentalists and ecologist and everybody else, that they're saying this is a bad idea, and what this will do is raise the temperature in this area during the day by 5 degrees and at night by 12 plus degrees.
Yeah, that's a fucking
Like,
cool ass clock, dude.
also, let's just think of this in like the thing. Who's gonna work there? That's gonna be like standing in a fucking oven.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're thinking of a building that is that size. It's not going to be a building of that size. It's going to be a compound. So you're going to have just a big, giant, massive, flat, 40,000 acre compound with tons of data centers in it.
Yeah, but it's still, that heat is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's still going to be a fucking like 400-degree fucking place to work.
And it's in the valley.
You're going to have to
heat's
wear,
going to be trapped.
Yeah. You're going to have to wear like protective fucking like super high-end gear just to work there for whatever the fuck they do.
If they even have people working there.
I really, really hope they don't. Well, they named some people. I just hope no one applies.
Kevin O'Leary has proposed a 40,000 acre, 16 gigawatt data center in Utah that will use up twice as much energy as the entire state.
Hey, that's
Utah
gonna be everyone's
and will
clock
produce the
soon.
heat equivalent to 23 atomic bombs every single day.
23 atomic bombs every day. That's how much energy this fucking thing will produce.
No problem with the environment because climate change is fake news. Just like every other thing that the government says is fake news.
23 atomic bombs every day. That is absolutely fucking baffling.
That's inconceivable. I can't
really
even
is.
begin to imagine that.
Ruinous to the local environment, endanger the health of nearby residents, and puts the entire country at risk of being overrun by data centers. Developers have...
Which she's completely right about, because if this project does go through, do you think it's going to be the only one?
No.
If this one
honestly,
is
they're
successful,
probably... And you know what they say, bigger is better. So if this one's successful, the next one might be 80,000.
Yeah, this is a precedent that will be set. And even if this one is shot down, there will be another one. There will be another person,
There'll be
another
other
billionaire
just
that wants to fucking build one.
Do you know another example of this that I think is super pertinent as well?
What's that?
The Online Child Safety Act that has been shot down in government dozens of times now, and it keeps getting brought up.
You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
Basically, it's the ones that want you to verify your age by posting your your information, like your license and stuff like that, into these search engines and stuff, so that they could verify that you're over a certain age.
Okay.
And in our government, it actually has been shot down a few times, and every so often it'll pop its ugly head back up to protect the children.
Yeah, because our government cares about protecting children while they are
Yeah,
housing
they don't care about,
pedophiles.
and
not
it's
forget
just
about
it's so
that.
funny to me. But it's just like every single time a big business thing like gets shot down, they will be another one. They will rise up until they finally succeed. I don't know if there's one going through now. I remember a few months ago or a few weeks ago there was one that was being like floated around, but I don't know where that ever landed.
I don't either.
But if it ever starts demanding my IDs and shit, I'm just done. I will not. I cannot. I will
No.
not.
Already
I am older than, and also again, children shouldn't be online.
No, I don't need. I don't think people should need companies and the government to watch their children for you. You, as a parent, should be
No.
responsible for your own child. And if you can't do
Yes.
that, then you should not be having children.
Exactly. So, yeah, fuck them.
We're gonna continue.
endanger the health
Yes.
of nearby residents, and puts the entire country at risk of being overrun by data centers. Developers have already invested $20 million in this project, and Kevin O'Leary is pulling out all the stops, trying to fast track it, hoping to start work this fall and have it finished in less than 2 years. Hello, everyone. I'm Silver Fox, and here on this channel, I talk about
Link to this
classic
one's also in the
literature,
description.
films, pop culture, and whatever I feel like talking about. And I really need to remember to put
And we're reacting to
AI
her
in
video,
my
so we're gonna
intro
let her do
because
her
I
spiel.
kind of talk about that all the time now. And I am sorry, I recorded some video essays just the other day that I was planning on posting instead of this, but when looking into this really felt like a more pressing issue to me. I didn't want to wait to put this video out. And you may notice something different about me. I got glasses for the first time ever today, and I feel very weird about it. I don't know if I like the way I look with it.
Now she won't
It
ever
feels
see this.
strange.
I think she looks
I'm not
nice
sure
with the
how
glasses.
crazy I am about these frames.
I was gonna say they
do
actually
plan
kind
on
of fit her
getting
style.
Yeah.
silver
I think she's pretty.
wire-framed
I think it
pair
fits. She's fine.
soon,
Leave it
but
alone.
I just have the one pair for now because glasses are expensive. Since I apparently have astigmatism, these were $200.
Yeah, they are. I think mine were over $3.
$200 for a single pair of glasses.
They were.
So
They
if
were
you
over
like
$300.
videos like this, please remember to like and subscribe, share copy link because that really helps with the algorithm, and comment your opinions on this subject. Let's get right into it.
Imagine if they build a super atomic bomb with the power to destroy an entire country. I don't think
Very-
I wouldn't put it past them that we already have that capability.
I mean, I don't think we do. I don't think we don't have that capacity. I think that is 100% something that we could do if we wanted to. But we don't need to do that. We'll just destroy the entire world instead.
Look what Ruby Frank did with her children. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know. I can't recall exactly what particular event you're referring to. Sounds familiar to me, though.
Well, I'm glad I'm not
First,
recording.
Who exactly
Why?
is Kevin O'Leary, and why is he
I just
proposing this
I just
project?
noticed that
Kevin
my
O'Leary is a
computer was
Canadian
unplugged.
businessman with a net worth of around $400 million, who founded SoftKey software products that grew in size by performing multiple hostile takeovers of their rival companies. You may
Consolidation.
SoftKey software as the
Which should be illegal.
Consolidation.
Especially
great.
hostile
Another
takeovers.
hostile takeover. This company is now owned by Mattel and is not to be confused with The Learning Channel, which is the channel that aired things like 19 Kids and Counting, Sister Wives, and My Husband's Not Gay. TLC was acquired by Mattel for $4.2 billion. This is really what set off Kevin O'Leary's career and gave him his wealth. Kevin O'Leary also once tried to become the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, but he eventually dropped out of the race. When he announced his candidacy, there was a lot of discussion around his take on unions. Several years prior, he had stated he believed that unions were evil.
Of course, because they hold corporations fucking, liable for being shit.
Which is why if like a Walmart, if a manager hears any talk about like forming a union or anything like that, they immediately like close down that entire store. because they could just do that and it doesn't affect them at all, or that person gets fired or along those lines.
Freedom of speech, though, right?
Yeah.
So his team had to release a statement saying this wasn't his policy position. He dropped out a month before the race, even though he said he had enough votes, because he didn't think he had enough backing in Quebec to eventually win against Justin Trudeau. So he decided not to even try, because I guess his goal was ultimately Prime Minister. And if he couldn't take over the whole country, why contribute?
Ah, I did know that story. Yeah, she's a real piece of work. Is she the one that had like she was doing like pranks on her young children, where they poured a bunch of ink all over the fucking carpet, and then brought the kids in and literally like screamed at them, and it was like, "Oh, I got you! It's just a prank, bro." I think that's.
Or are
who
we
that
talking
is.
about the one that like tied up her child and they had to like chew through their bindings and escape to their neighbor's house?
There's a couple of those family YouTubers that are like that.
Yeah, that have just like come out as like fucking psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
To the government at all. And being sarcastic, obviously.
I think 8 Passengers is specifically the one where they like tortured their children.
And used frequently on the show Shark
That
Tank,
sounds familiar.
which he's regularly appeared on since 2009. On Shark Tank, he was notoriously known as the cruelest shark. If you've never seen that show, a brief summary is people go in and pitch their business ideas to a group of millionaire and billionaire investors.
Could you imagine how?
I find it funny when they like deny this the people and they're like, "Yeah, this shit will never take off," and the person goes and still does it, and it becomes
Scrub
super
Daddy.
fucking successful.
Scrub Daddy was one that they did that too. They were
Mhm.
like, "There's no reason for this to exist," and then now that's one.
They're
of the,
not
Yeah.
premier sponges.
Mhm. But
like they're not fucking smart enough. Like they're just because they're successful in one thing doesn't mean that they know what will be successful. And so I think Shark Tank is a stupid fucking idea, because all that Shark Tank does is basically is a predatory practice where you show your brilliant invention, and then billionaires are like, "Hey, I'll help you, get that off the ground, but you're gonna have to give me a large cut of it."
well, that's investors, dude. That's how that works.
I know.
You go to an investor,
but
they fund your project, but you give them a kickback of your sales. That's how that works. But I think specifically with Shark Tank, I don't think it should be done in a public setting, for one.
No,
Because I feel
I
like,
don't either.
could you imagine how it would be if you invent something and you go into this fucking set, this production, and you have to like pitch your idea to these arrogant assholes who are making drama for television's sake, and you're just like, no, I just want to get some fucking investment for this thing that I think could be beneficial to the human race. Could you stop being an annoying, arrogant piece of shit for 2 seconds, please? I don't like
I'm
Shark
gonna say
Tank at
no.
all. I think
Because
it's a
they're
fucking
arrogant.
terrible
Yeah.
show.
I don't watch Shark Tank. I will never watch
I don't
Shark
think.
Tank.
I think there have been some good things to come from Shark Tank. Don't get me wrong, but those good things could have come from Shark Tank without it being a fucking television series too.
And the good things probably would have come either way.
Right. So, no, I don't like Shark
Because
Tank.
they
at all.
are good things.
I've seen quite a few episodes of the show, and something O'Leary loved to do was wait until every single other investor had backed out and he was the only one left, and then offer these people kind of a raw deal, asking for really high interest rates on his investments and things like that. He also
Because he's a bad person. It's like
He's a scumbag.
He's a shitty person. Daddy of 5. Okay, yeah. You are correct. You are correct.
Yeah, I think I was right, because I
Yeah,
remember
you are,
hearing
you are. You are.
8 Passengers. Yeah, the one that they tied their fucking child up and he had to he escaped and ran to his neighbor's house and they
Mhm.
called the cops.
Yes, I do remember watching a documentary on that. I watched one on both of those families. Like I said, I knew there were a couple different ones that were just absolutely disgusting.
recently made his film debut in the movie Marty Supreme. Kevin O'Leary has been in many controversies and sticky situations throughout his career.
What?
Including a speedboating
Billionaires in
accident that
sticky
killed 2
situations?
people. Kevin was never tried in relation to
And yet
this,
he-
and his wife
yeah.
Linda O'Leary was found not guilty on all charges.
Yeah, he's got
But
money. You
many
can just kill people and you get away
do
with it.
still believe, in
Yep,
their opinions,
that's how it works.
that the O'Learys were at fault in this situation. Kevin O'Leary also once stated that
He even
business and
looks
emotions
evil.
don't mix.
Doesn't he?
In a
Yeah, no,
2010 interview,
he looks like a
stated,
supervillain.
"If
Like
you
he
have
looks
to
like
fire your
somebody.
own mother, you have to do it.
Okay. Why people fail often has to do with letting emotion creep into their decisions about money, he says. Those two things do not mix. If you have to fire your own mother, you have to do it. The business is what has to survive, not any one individual. There's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's the fucking problem. That is the mentality of every major giant player in the like the economic space. Anybody who has like tons and tons of money, this is it. That quote that I said earlier in the stream about how nobody that's a decent human being comes into generational wealth. This is why. You can't be a decent human being and also do this.
No, Lex Luthor is ripped. Kevin O'Leary is not ripped. Like
Business
Lex
is-
Luthor is fucking jacked.
If you have to fire your own mother, you have to do it. The business
He looks like a
is what
mob
has to
boss.
survive, not
Look at
Like
this. I didn't finish reading this. Let me finish reading this. It's a war every day. You have to pour boiling oil on your competitors. You have to fire people who don't execute immediately before that creeps into the rest of your business. That is the mentality of an absolute narcissistic piece of fucking human waste.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they all are. Across the board.
Mm-hmm.
any one individual. O'Leary is also an open Trump supporter who said he was proud of what he did to get Trump elected in 2024.
Every Democrat
So what did you do?
owes him a thank you very much, Mr. President.
And this information is only a
Fuck
very
you,
brief summary of
jackass.
him.
Piece of fucking
I'm sure I've
garbage.
left out quite a lot of details, but hopefully you get the picture. He is an incredibly rich man with a lot of connections, especially on the right. And now he is proposing the largest data center in the entire
Is it sad I
country,
really wanna, like,
possibly
touch that
the
clock?
largest in the entire
No, it's a
world,
super cool clock.
That if it's built,
I
do
keep
too.
staring
Could be
at it.
disastrous.
Me as well.
I just want to like. I want it to actually be like goop.
It is an actual working clock, though, too.
Matthew, these were all paid off by somebody. We don't know who. Oh no, we actually do. It's Chinese. They're Chinese agents.
So keep in mind, they're at this hearing right now making the decision whether or not to let this thing be built. You have like thousands of people showing up in protest of this thing being created, and you've got like 3 people sitting up at this table that are just making this decision. Who do you think they're going to make this decision for? The thousands of
The
people
3
that show
people?
up that say, we don't want this in our fucking backyard. No. Or Kevin O'Leary who goes, here's a check for $10 million. Which one do you think's going to get their way here?
I already answered you. The 3. It's gonna be. It's again the voice of the few, not the voice of the many.
It's the voice of the wealthy against the voice of the many.
Mm-hmm. Voice of the wealthy versus the voice of the poor.
And they've done a fantastic job, the wealthy, of separating the poor into different groups and making us hate each other, which we need to stop. We need to stop hating everybody that's a right-wing person and everybody that's a left-wing person. Like, that needs to fucking stop. It needs to stop being my team
Political
versus your
parties
team. It is
were a mistake.
We, the population, versus they, the fucking oligarchs. That's what it is. It's not red versus
Think
blue.
of it.
It's poor versus
No.
wealthy.
Think of it how like our American Revolution. It was the poor working man fighting against the British royalty.
Mhm.
That's basically what it is today, but there's more royalties. There you go.
I wonder
If you want an American patriotism solution, that's how you got to think about it. Because they are taxing you without your representation. The whole cause of the fucking conflict in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's people protesting against the AI data centers. Yes, that's what you're seeing right here. That's all these people are there in protest of the data center. This 40,000 acre data center that they're trying to put in Utah. Not trying, it's going to be put into Utah. It went through. Spoiler alert.
The motion to approve resolution -26-11 Boxer County Commission consenting to the inclusion of private land located in the unincorporated Dotson County.
I don't think they want it, Brandon.
Matthew, these are Chinese agents. That's what Kevin O'Leary said, and he has to be correct.
Did you catch it? Over the
No, I didn't hear
crowd booing? Hold on, let me go
No.
back. Listen.
Resolution 2612 by Commissioner Pickett. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Motion
The
passes.
motion processes?
Passes.
Passes.
Motion passes. They don't care.
Hmm.
They don't give a shit. I don't know, man. I don't feel like a hero.
A very emotionally charged meeting as Box Elder County Commissioners moved to approve the Stratos project. That started with a protest outside before the meeting and then standing room only inside the huge exhibit hall. And after multiple interruptions, they decided to move into a smaller room and then
Like I said, this is the grand unifier. This might be what ends up uniting the poor people. Legitimately, this might be. I have told you this before, and I think this is still a very valid thing. In order to get people to work together, you need some type of over-encompassing evil that is so great that they set aside everything to work together. And usually I'm talking about like the entire human race. But this might be our Avengers Endgame boss that finally unites us all together. I can see it.
Well, we're gonna get, like I said, we get to see some video of where the data center's going, and I know you're not like a huge nature guy. You don't like.
I like nature,
but I adore nature. I love being outside. I love being in the woods. I love camping and hiking, and
don't get bit by ticks though.
I'm telling you, man, what they're gonna destroy is unforgivable. It is truly unforgivable what they're about to completely destroy.
Which, of
They
course,
just see free real estate.
I just felt like we couldn't stay silent about this. This is just
No,
too
nobody
big of a
can
deal.
stay silent about
really,
this.
really bad deal. We don't get anything for it other than we're losing land, we're losing water.
No
we're
King's
losing air
protest.
The
Yeah.
facilities will be built on a planned 40,000-acre campus on unincorporated land in northwest Utah, dominated by ranching, farming, and picturesque open spaces.
Picturesque open spaces that are going to be completely fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
For what? So that Kevin O'Leary can make a couple more $1 million? I hate these people.
He might break into the billions, Matthew.
I really do. I hate these people.
Oh, I despise them. Again, remember when that one guy was taken out and you told me about it, and my response was, "Oh, boo-hoo, his family can cry on his millions."
I do remember that. When
that was my
shared the sentiment.
response. Like, oh no, all these people could vanish tomorrow, and I would not go looking for them.
I wouldn't shed a tear either.
They
Not
wouldn't
one.
look for me. Why the hell would I look for them?
Metaphorically, anyways, if they disappeared.
Yes.
Metaphorically.
In Minecraft.
Sitting just north of the already shrinking Great Salt Lake, the area is also a sanctuary
Already
for migratory
shrinking.
birds. The county's population is just over 65,000.
That
It's
shit
hard
too.
to imagine
Dude,
just how
I'm so
huge-
tired of animals going extinct because of us. Like,
Well,
I am so fucking tired
That's
of
what
it.
I brought that up earlier in the stream, that it's not just people that's affected by this. It's every
No.
aspect of the
But, like,
environment.
Did you know we could have had mammoths? Like, actual woolly mammoths?
No.
Yeah, there was a sanctuary on, like, an island over by Russia, and they lasted far longer than when their inland people died. And then people found it. And guess what?
Hunted it
There's
to
no more
extinction.
mammoths there. I'm so tired of this. It's happening fucking everywhere.
The human race is a pestilence to this planet, without question.
I have said it. We are a plague.
Like,
we are a cancer.
If the human, or if the Earth were to be an organic body, which it technically kind of is, humanity would be seen as cancer.
and it would fight, and the body itself would fight against it. Now, as is evident by cancer, it wouldn't win.
Nope. And I don't
But
think Earth is going to. We're going to destroy this
until
planet.
well, here's the thing, and I think Neil brings this up too. We are not going to destroy this planet. We're going to make this planet uninhabitable. The planet will survive, but
by
as
destroy,
a
that's what I
living,
meant.
yeah, I know that's what most people mean, but I like to point that out. We're not going to destroy the planet. We're going to make it where we can no longer live on the planet. So, yeah, yay, cool. I can't wait to live on a burning fucking ball of fire.
And you joke, but realistically, that could happen in your lifetime.
No, I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious. No, the more this shit happens, the faster that's going to happen. Matthew, we've already talked about this year, the odd weather we've had, where one day it's like 100 degrees and the next day it's like 10.
We did have a really fucking weird winter. Like a really weird winter.
This shit is evident already. And it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Nope.
40,000 acres is. So just imagine 2 Manhattans.
Yeah. That is what they're getting ready to do 2 times over.
Is it just that I'm trying to figure out where this
right here.
ends.
This is Manhattan.
Is it just like where that square is right there? Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. Because I was like, there's no way it's all that shit over there and all that shit down
Okay,
there.
but
That
look at
would
this.
just be-
Look at these buildings.
I
okay?
mean, that's still gigantic. Don't get me wrong, but I
These-
wanted to get the scope. I wanted to get the scope correct in my head.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not saying it's less impressive than I was
fucking
thinking.
huge.
It's gigantic, but I wanted to get the scope of it all. So I'm not like overestimating it or underestimating it.
It's absolutely enormous, dude.
And that'll kind of get
gigantic. Because like if you go back,
County's population is just over 65,000. It's hard to imagine just how huge 40,000 acres is. So just imagine 2 Manhattans.
okay, so like those buildings on like the waterfront right there, like closest to the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Those are big buildings.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to point out with these
Like,
windows.
Those like you could kind of see like a normal house to the right of that. And it's like a third of the size.
Yeah.
So you got to put this in that perspective. These are massive fucking buildings.
Or like I said, if you look at these
On top-
windows, each one of those windows is a fucking
Is a
room.
Mm-hmm. These are giant buildings. And you're going to put 2 of these next to each other for data centers. Yay.
And that'll kind of get you there. Now, not every single inch of that 40,000
Except-
acres is expected to be the data center, but it seems all 40,000 of those acres, plus some, will be affected by the...
Yeah, see, I like that she includes this footage here because you get to see, again, like I said, this is the stuff they're going to be destroying. So, yeah.
this data center. The owners of this private land have signed on to this project, and just this past Monday, the project was approved by
Look how
Box
nice
Elder
this
County
looks.
commissioners. Local analysis on the controversial data center in Box Elder County has found the combined thermal output of the center could release heat equivalent to 23 atomic bombs daily. Dr. Rob Davies, a physics professor at Utah State University, prepared the analysis that estimates the energy footprint of the proposed data center is comparable to 40,000 Walmart supercenters.
Think about that. 40,000 Walmart supercenters for this one area. That's how much energy.
No
they're
problem
gonna
with
use
that.
on it.
I also
No
found a
problem at
different article
all.
that said it was 2,000 Walmart supercenters. So
Even
I'm not
then,
sure which
even if
one
it's
is a typo.
2,000, that's still
All
a
of these will be linked
shitload.
below and you can review them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to let you know that. He estimates the continuous thermal dump in the valley's bowl-like topography could raise daytime temperatures by about 5 degrees Fahrenheit and nighttime temperatures by up to 28 degrees, potentially shifting the semi-arid high desert towards Sahara-like conditions with spiked evaporation and loss of dew point. The power plant being 55% efficient, Davies estimates the project would generate a total thermal load of approximately 16 gigawatts. In case you're struggling to imagine just how much energy that is, a gigawatt is 1 billion watts. The average light bulb is about 60 watts. So just imagine nearly 270 million light bulbs. And imagine the sheer...
And you can't. Like, that is just...
No.
It's incomprehensible.
It's an inconceivable amount of light that you would be.
We will always remember the Twin Towers. Yeah, I was in 3rd grade when that happened.
I was just born.
Brandon was very young.
amount of heat that would produce. Have you ever had to change a light bulb and accidentally burned your hand because you didn't wait long enough for the light bulb to cool down before you tried to switch it out? If not, I encourage you to find your nearest full-sized light bulb and touch it. Don't touch it. Just sort of hover your hand over it and feel the warmth that radiates from just one single 60-watt light bulb. I cannot stress...
Incandescent light bulbs are horribly inefficient. Most of the energy that they actually use is lost in heat. Like, most of that energy that, like, you would think that the light is where most of the energy is used, but no, it's like a super small percentage.
No.
99% of it's like heat transferred.
To you how hot 16 gigawatts would be, and just how much water
Oh, dude,
would
I'm
be necessary
really
to
sorry to
cool
hear that,
down.
man.
It's
My
estimated
condolences.
it could need billions and billions of gallons of water every year for power production alone. That's more than the annual usage for a town of 50,000 people. And if you remember, Box Elder County is only 65,000 people.
Like, look at
They're
that, dude.
expecting this data center
That's so
to
pretty.
use up the same amount, if not more, water than the entire county.
And think about it from this perspective, too. This generation of human beings have made the decision to go in and destroy this, robbing future generations from having the ability to appreciate and enjoy what nature has given them to enjoy.
Well, yeah, that would take them away from the AI.
That is...
They can AI generate that.
a new level of selfishness that I don't think I have ever seen. Oh, okay. That I am good to... I'm glad to hear that he's still alive, man.
Box Elder County is only 65,000 people. They're expecting this data center...
Obviously, you understand why my first immediate thought was that he had passed, because there weren't many survivors.
No.
To use
I would
up
say,
six-
like, that in that thing, one of the truest heroes were of that plane.
Yeah, the plane that went down on
Those were
Pennsylvania.
those were real, like, honest to goodness heroes.
Mhm. Yeah, that was a kind of a sobering. Would you call it a monument to visit?
Yeah, I would call it a monument.
The site where that plane crashed. Like, it was
completely
unrelated, but I feel like I need to say it. But like, when you go in to this, I can't remember the name. It was at Flight 9 something. I don't remember. But
I can't remember.
It was there was a plane that was hijacked during that time that the passengers actually managed to take control of and crash in a field in Pennsylvania. But they built a monument for those people and, you know, commemorated them all in stone so that they're preserved for history. But what was really humbling about that experience is when you walk into the building, there's tons of tourists and lots of people in there. Not a single person was speaking. It was dead silent out of respect for the people who had done what they had done. Which was a very cool and, like I said, humbling and almost surreal experience. So, yeah, it was just a bad tragedy all around, man.
65,000 people. They're expecting this data center to use up the same amount, if not more, water than the entire county. The data center project has stated that they are expecting to rely on massive dry cooling infrastructure to cool down the facility, but Davies said there is no example of any kind of power plant in the world that is cooled this way. He compared it to trying to cool hot pipes by blowing air over it. When the hot pipes are in a desert like Utah, he said, you're trying to cool hot pipes with hot air. It's also uncertain just how bad the air pollution from this data center could be. Many much smaller data centers than this have produced horrific air pollution. People living near data centers report horrible smells all the time, and there's not enough data yet to tell just how much this is going to affect people's health in the long run, but some effects have already started to show. Data centers, especially gas-powered data centers, emit significant pollutants such as nitrous oxide, methane, volatile organic compounds, and fine particulate matter. According to a September
Like
2025
all I can think about while looking at this, I have the image of those like factories and dystopian things, like the long pipes shooting out black smokes
Where
and
it's like it's
completely
just like this
blocking out
hazy
the
fucking
light.
landscape.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. That's
that's
exactly what
all
I
I
think
can
about.
think. That's all I'm thinking about when I'm reading about this. It's like billionaires saw these movies and was like, "That's a good idea."
Let's strive for that outcome. Yeah.
study, these pollutants increase rates of respiratory diseases and cardiovascular conditions, and they elevate cancer risks among nearby communities. Along with air pollution
another
that can
reason to get
endanger the
cancer.
health of residents. Data centers also produce light pollution and noise pollution. These data centers are so bright they light up the whole night sky and disrupt the internal clock of residents and local wildlife, along with just straight up being an eyesore. Imagine you live
You know
near
this
the Vegas
that kind of has me thinking of?
What's that?
You know that movie? Which one was it? Like, it's not
Your
Christmas
story, I don't know.
Vacation. It's that one where the guy's like trying to set up all those lights.
That is Christmas Vacation.
Is that Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
He plugs them all in.
Yes, and he blinds the shit out of his neighbors. Yes.
That is what's happening. That is real now. That
it's a really funny
comedy
scene.
skit. It is a really funny
It
scene
is so good.
in a movie.
Yeah, it's good shit.
But that's just as she's talking about the light pollution. That's all I'm
Well,
seeing.
you'll get to see a picture of it, and it does. It looks like kind of like right before the sun rises in the morning.
Did y'all know there
It
are
never goes
residents
down.
in Crowell, Texas, who are literally being forced to live with constant artificial daylight because of an AI data center that is being built right next to them? Their nights are just gone. This facility runs 24/7 with intense lighting that turns the sky bright all night long. I'm gonna plug in a picture. Plus a non-stop mechanical hum that allegedly never shuts off. And this isn't like just annoying or inconvenient, right? Like it actually messes with people psychologically. Your body depends on darkness to produce melatonin. And that is the hormone that tells you when it's time to sleep. And when it's always bright, your brain gets confused, right? People start dealing with insomnia and anxiety and chronic fatigue, even depression, right? You're basically living in like a constant state of jet lag in your own home. And it's not just humans either, right? Like wildlife is getting completely thrown off too. Animals that rely on nighttime, total dark to hunt or to migrate or to rest, they suddenly don't have that anymore. And what's happening in this tiny rural town is starting to happen all over the country, right? People living near these massive data centers are complaining about the same things, the constant noise and the light pollution and the environmental disruption. Also, AI can run 24/7, I guess, and it's somehow always small rural towns that end up paying the price for it. And so, as a Georgia resident, it is especially important for me to spread this message because I'm really freaking worried that we could be next.
That's the boat we're in. Because we're technically in a rural part of the country where this could absolutely happen to us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So.
You
never watched that movie? It's 90s cheesiness. I love it.
Noise pollution is
Yeah.
also a major concern. Right now, I am going to play.
That's
you
the
some
one where he
clips
kidnaps
of
the
what this
boss,
noise
right? That
pollution
one
sounds
guy?
like at
Yeah.
some other data centers.
That's a good
so
movie.
you can hear just how loud and constant it is.
Just imagine this. All
drives me
the
insane.
time. And I want you to pay attention. When it goes away, when this shit stops, you can feel it. I like he's complaining about AI, but he's got an AI generated fucking picture for his avatar. That high-pitched whine would just be awful.
It's already giving me a headache.
in the summertime, like I said, we like to have our windows open, and it's hard to when you're listening to that all the time. Yeah, I'd worry about that. The
Just
property values, because
fucking imagine.
who's going to want to, if we want to resell the house, who's going to want to buy the house?
Exactly.
With that noise. No one's going to want to buy it. They'll be like, no, we ain't moving there. I mean, you know, and we liked it here. We've been here since 09, and we loved it here. But now, I don't know. It's not the quiet country city living that we've been used to.
Has it done anything good for the city?
This is the price of progress.
If it has, I don't know where. I couldn't tell you where. They just make a noise of it. There's just too much noise.
This buzzing does not stop.
Did you feel it?
It sounds like this.
You know what?
Did you feel it?
I did, and it reminds me of one particular thing. And I've brought this. I've told you guys this before, but when the power shuts off at Walmart, you could feel the lack of noise. It is so like since you're so accustomed to it that when it turns off, you really feel the absence of it. That is like an 800 times worse version of it. But
yeah, and that's just listening through it on a video. Like holy shit!
No.
Like I was watching this and I got to that part of the video and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because I could actually I physically felt it. I've never experienced anything like that. I cannot imagine what these people are living through. Because that is their reality. That is their everyday
day. And it's not that it stops.
No, it never stops.
That's what we got to get across. That's the reality, but they don't get the jarring juxtaposition of it starting and stopping.
Like that was such an extremely strange feeling. Like I had never experienced that in my life. It was so strange. We got to do it again.
Here, we've been here since 09, and we loved it here. But now,
I don't think it'll be as effective this time, though.
The quiet country city living that we're
like that noise is unbearable, dude. It is such a bad
noise.
No,
it sounds like screeching motors.
If it has, I don't know where. I couldn't tell you where. They just make a noise of it. There's just too much noise.
This buzzing does not
Yeah, I still
stop.
felt it.
It sounds like this 24 hours a day, and you do not have to live directly near the data centers to hear it. With all of these factors at play,
1 to
many
3
people
miles,
in Utah
apparently.
and across the country are protesting this not only inconvenient, but frankly dangerous data center. Box Elder County officials are trying to quell the fears of its residents by assuring them this data center will produce more jobs. It's
No, it
estimated
won't.
This data center
That's such a
will produce
fucking
2,000
lie, bro.
more steady jobs.
Yeah, it is.
But
100%.
in what world is a job worth risking constant noise, the death of
And
local wildlife, increased temperatures, and even cancer?
In the devastation
In my opinion,
of the environment
this data
around
center
it.
is doomed to hurt more than it could ever possibly help. But none of these concerns are stopping Kevin O'Leary, who is doing his best to get this data center up and running ASAP. Mogul Kevin O'Leary spoke publicly of rushing the planned Stratos data center in Box Elder County because of competition, and said planning for a project of this scale had never been done so quickly. I must say, why we are rushing
There's
this
probably
so
a good
fast
reason
is it's
why.
a competition, said O'Leary at a meeting of the Utah military.
Tell you what, O'Leary, put this in your own motherfucking country. Why you got to put it down here? You are not an American citizen.
I got a better idea, Kevin O'Leary. Build your 40,000 acre data center in your 40,000 acre backyard that you have.
Yeah, why not?
How about you? If these are so great and so wonderful and so beautiful and
beneficial,
everyone loves them, you live next to one.
What's going on, Paddle Swally? Welcome back.
Hello.
I think we called you by a different name. Right now, I'm blanking on it. You gotta forgive me. I've been up since 4 a.m. this morning.
Installation
I'm bad at
Development Authority
remembering
Board a
things.
couple of weeks ago. There are other
Good to see you,
campuses,
though.
but we've got the tenants knocking on our door. The whole world knows about this project now. This is extraordinary, said O'Leary. It's unbelievable. It's unprecedented that we could accelerate.
I hate this fucking guy. He is such a goddamn narcissist. It's disgusting. Listen to him sit here
Matthew?
stroking his own fucking cock, bro. He's like, man, nobody's ever done this before. We're so fucking cool. You are garbage. Oh my god, I hate this dude. I've never met him in my life, and I hate him.
To put this in a perspective for you, one of Charlie's videos on Kevin O'Leary, he's on like this because he's going everywhere talking about this and accusing people of being domestic terrorists and basically, I don't think he's ever done that, but basically saying that they're like Chinese operatives or some bullshit like that. He went on this thing wearing a suit and pink sandals.
You know what's fucked up? I can still hear that fucking thing.
I can hear like shadows of it, yeah, like those.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is absolutely nuts. It's like a ringing almost.
Mm-hmm. It's like when you hear something like really loud screeching and you hear it for hours later.
That's wild. I hadn't
So, yeah,
noticed it
no.
until like there was no other noise, and then I was like, "What is that fucking weird whining pitch, like high pitched squealy noise?" And then that's what it is. That's what I'm hearing.
But yeah, no, he literally walked into this thing wearing a suit and pink sandals. So that tells you the type of person he is.
That's crazy, bro. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
it
even
could
I'm
be.
not even exaggerating. Like I can still hear it, especially in my left ear.
Accelerate this so fast. No one has
Same
pulled
for
this
me,
off
it's my
this
left
fast
ear.
ever.
Right.
He believes it is important for us
Why
to
the
build this
left?
to compete with
Mm.
China in their rising data center infrastructures. China built 400 gigawatts of new power over the last 24 months. Much of it is powering AI data centers, O'Leary said. We're in a race with them, and we seem to have gone to sleep nationally about this. It's bad. It's a bad situation. We have to fix it.
He's sitting here and he's saying we have to be competitive with China. We have to do this. No, he doesn't actually care about being competitive
Well,
with
one,
China.
there is
He's
no
wanting,
we.
He's wanting to just turn as much profit as quickly as possible. He wants to be the first to do it.
Everybody remember, he is not an American citizen. At all.
I hope that doesn't last.
What? Oh, that ringing?
Yeah.
Like, he is not an American citizen. He is a Canadian. He is still not an American citizen. The we here is not him. It is you. And it's me wanting to do it to make money.
Yeah. He's
That's
a
it.
fucking snake.
He's a
Kevin
wolf in sheep's
O'Leary,
clothing.
in my opinion, is more worried about looking superior to China than he is about the safety of our own country and our
I don't think
own
she's gonna bring
planet.
that up.
Destroying whole ecosystems is no small thing. A group of Box elder voters this week applied to add a referendum to the local ballot in November to overturn the county's commission's approval of this project. County Clerk Marla Young confirmed to CNN. The application, earlier reported by the Salt Lake Tribune, is now undergoing legal review and would need more than 5,000 signatures for the referendum to appear on the ballot. I sincerely hope this
I think they're gonna
passes,
get those
so the
signatures.
locals in Box Elder County who oppose this data center can vote against it in November.
Is there like a fucking petition somewhere that I can sign?
Can we just like have a petition to make it a law that you can't just start fucking building data centers in residential areas?
I just don't think there's a need for a data center of this size.
What? I don't think there's a need for as many data centers.
I don't think
as
so
we
either.
Got.
I don't think so either. I don't think we need as many as we have. Like I said, there's a place for them, but we've definitely gone way overboard. Especially with fucking AI, man. I'm so tired of it. It's exhausting. It really is.
I want it to die or take over, one of the two.
I want it to go away. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to hear about it
I
anymore.
believe this data
Yeah.
center is
I mean,
not
I'd rather
only
it
bad for
die.
Utah,
Mhm.
but if this goes through and they are allowed to build something this big and this dangerous that has this much pushback and get it built this quickly, that it will open the floodgates to building
That
data
is
centers
exactly-
No
all
one
over
would
this
be able
country.
to stop
There
it.
are already a staggering number cropping up. In fact, there's big ones that have just been built in my own state. that I'm not happy about. But if something like the Stratos project can get built, what's going to stop them from doing this all over the country at this accelerated rate? What's going to stop them from rushing out more data centers faster than ever before? And when I say them, I mean the top 1% who directly benefit from data centers, because they are the ones who are invested in AI financially. They have millions, even billions of dollars invested into.
Good. So that when AI eventually does fucking die, they lose all that money. That would be wonderful.
And
do you know how
hopefully-
funny it would be
hopefully
if in a
that
year from
kills
now,
them.
if in like a year from now we find out that Kevin O'Leary is completely bankrupt and homeless, living on the streets? I wouldn't offer him a piece of fucking toast.
No, I'd go and laugh at him.
This AI
Because
ecosystem,
he
they're-
deserves it.
They have millions.
Also, if
even
that does
billions of
happen, if the AI
dollars
bubble
invested
does
into
pop
this
and all
AI
these things
ecosystem,
die,
and they're
we
just
should
hoping
do
it
a
doesn't
discussion hall
crash.
on the good
The
news.
average person like you and me benefits in no way, shape, or form from the existence of AI, but specifically the existence of these data centers. But the rich who directly benefit from this could look at the speed and success of this data center if it gets built and try to recreate it. Try to rush build another massive data center. If they see that no amount of pushback and no amount of environmental warnings can get this one shut down, then they know their other proposed projects are not going to get shut down either, and it becomes a free-for-all. And it will only be a few years before absolutely everywhere in this country has a data center. I do not mean to scare you, and I'm sorry if I am, but I cannot
It's a scary situation. You should be fucking scared. You should be concerned
you should
about
be
this.
scared. 100%.
overstate how dangerous this is and how important it is that it does not get built. Please, if you care about this country, if you care about your environment, if you care about your own health, protest this data center. Make your voice known, even if you're not in Utah. There are protests happening all over the country about this. See if you can find one near you and participate in it, or organize one yourself. But this is especially important for Utah residents. If you are near this data center, contact your local representative and let them know.
Imagine how loud
you
that would
do
be.
not
If a
want
normal
this.
one
Annoy the absolute
does from
heck out
1
of the
to
people
3
who are allowing
miles.
this. Within reason, I am not encouraging any harassment. Please do not sue me. Utahns still have leverage over the Box Elder Data Center because approval is not the same as completion. The project still needs water rights, permits, contractors, vendors, workers, materials, logistics, and public legitimacy, and every one of those is a pressure point. This is an article from Open Door Policy on what people in Utah can do to prevent this data center from being built. This will also be linked in the description, so if you're local, you can get an idea of what you personally can do to help.
Utah, there is now an official organization leading the fight against the Stratos Data Center. It's called BEAR, Box Elder Accountability Referendum, and it's led by Box Elder County residents, the people who actually live there, the people whose water and air are on the line. They are gathering signatures right now for a referendum. If they get 5,000 signatures, this goes on the November ballot, and Utah gets to vote. That is how democracy is supposed to work. So here's how you help. Follow them on Instagram, on Facebook, and on TikTok. bear_the_fight. They are just getting started. Socials are being built right now. Updates are coming, but they need your support today. Follow, share, volunteer. Link is in my bio. And this is a Box Elder-led fight, and they need to know that Utah has their back. I'm also working on an organization, and we're going to be posting our socials soon too, for those who do not live in Box Elder County specifically.
I am making this
They
video
won't,
because
unfortunately.
it is so important that this does not get built, and this is
No,
a plea to
there's no
anyone who
reason
can
for
help
them to be
please
illegal.
use your voice
There might
to
be
do
some
so.
like
You do not have to be in
environmental
Utah to
ordinance,
protest
but
or
that would be
publicly
if
decry
we
the
actually
building
had
of
a
this data
working
center.
government that
But
could
those
do
of you who
things
are in Utah will have the
for the
most power
betterment
to
of
make this change.
everybody.
Your voices and your actions will matter the most. So please let your voice be heard and do what you can. Just in the past year, there are plans for data centers that have successfully been squashed due to the outcry from the local residents. Although it may feel like it, this is far from an impossible task.
I would just like to request that the council answers very
Plainly and simply, what benefits a data center coming to this town would bring that would outweigh all of the testimony and the devastating environmental impacts that you've been told about time and time and time and time again. And if you don't believe that there are any aspects of this data center that would outweigh those, then why have we not just banned data centers in this town? I'm only 22 years old. I grew up here, and I feel like I have spent my entire time being conscious, watching my elected officials sell out to corporate entities. And I would very much like to be proud of the town that I am from and be able to say that we did not sell out to a corporate entity that then killed the nature that is the one aspect of this place I'm proud of. Thank you.
Well said. Yeah, 100%.
The township has shut down the project.
And we're going to put a ban on data centers. It's not worth tearing a town apart for this. It was $5 million. $5 million. I guess no dollar value is worth tearing a town apart.
That guy can be bought.
Oh yeah, definitely. He basically just said he could be bought.
Yep.
If it was $5 million. Oh wait, I shouldn't be saying that. $5 million. No price.
He can be bought.
No price.
And if there are any more updates on this project, or new avenues presented to stop its construction, I will post it on my Instagram or in my community tab unless it's major enough to warrant another video. But for now, thank you so much for watching until the end. Sorry this one had so much more of a serious and dire tone than my other videos. I know I tend to discuss heavy topics, but I do try to add a bit of lightness to it regardless. But I was just pretty serious
we
in this
joked
one
a little
because
bit.
Oh no,
this is a big deal,
we're
and I do think
super
people just need
polite.
to
We're super
be given
cordial
facts
to
outright
the
about how serious
monarchy
this is.
of big
And
business.
I just didn't want to downplay that. Not that I think I've downplayed the seriousness of the topics in my other videos. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. In the future, you'll be seeing me in glasses.
Like I said,
so comment below what you think of this pair.
I believe I commented.
And if you want to help me afford a wireframe pair, my Ko-Fi and Patreon will be linked below. You get early access to my videos on Patreon, as well as just some extra content, access to a Discord, all of that stuff. And my Ko-Fi is just where you can leave a one-time donation in case you don't want to do like a monthly subscription thing that Patreon is. Just to support me in this channel.
We watched her whole video.
I'm currently
We'll let her do her
building a
spiel.
house, and I've currently made a little over $100 this month off YouTube because my ad revenue has gone down drastically since the beginning of the year. But I always feel really weird mentioning that I have Patreon and Ko-Fi. But also, I've been
I don't
getting
make
back into
anything
painting
on
lately, and
YouTube.
I'm thinking about listing
I do it because I have fun.
But if you guys keep supporting,
I feel so.
we can do more
Going
things.
through like all the avenues, being like, give me money.
We could stream more. We could do more things.
You can leave a donation.
Unfortunately,
a
working life
Pay me
sucks.
every single month.
Right.
Or you can buy my art, or you can do all three and give me all your money. And I want to make it so clear that you do not have to do any of this ever. Even though I mention it every video, I don't want you guys to feel like you have any obligation whatsoever to financially support me. That is so not your job. And so yeah, no matter how much I mention it, please do not ever feel obligated. If all you do is just watch my videos, like, comment, interact, you're doing so much. I appreciate every single person who watches any of my videos, especially those of you who are return viewers. That means so much to me. And you don't owe me a dime for anything, because I never thought I would have this many subscribers. I'm at like 53,000 now, which is insane.
We have 1,000.
That's a wild number, y'all.
I got like
over that.
20.
I'm so grateful for all 53,000 of you.
You know,
and I can't freaking believe there's 53,000 of you. That's such a huge number.
I don't know.
I started this channel about 10 or 11 months ago. Getting kind of close to a year, you guys. We're coming up on the year anniversary fast, which is
Brandon, she's only been doing this for like not even a year, and she's got so many more subs than us.
Day on YouTube.
But she does talk about like
so
politically talked about
And you know
things,
what?
which would
I'm
give her
so
more
happy I have
mainstream
3,000
view.
I can't even say it. I'm so happy. Let me be calm. 53,000 of you guys. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Let me stop getting sappy. But that's enough of me chatting. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. And that's all, folks. Bye.
Anyways, link to her channel is also in the description. That was a pretty well done video. I'm actually going to sub to her because if she's going to be keeping things up to date, I would like to have updates on that particular topic. But that is going to do it for this discussion hall, guys. If you've enjoyed the stream, share it with your friends. Wouldn't hurt. Would like to get the word
Say
out.
no to big business.
Would like to get the word out about, you know, as far as our little channel can, about what's going on, because it's important. It's very important to be informed, and I think that's something that we've kind of lost as a society, is being informed, truly informed, and coming to your own conclusions and being objective with information and the world that you live in. So, yeah, like I said, share the video with people, like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't done that already. We'll be streaming probably tomorrow. I don't know for sure. Because, like I said, Saturdays have been kind of for streams. But if we do stream tomorrow, it'll be Monster Hunter. Brandon's channel is also in the description. No, it's not. I'll put it in the description. But you have any last minute little snippets you want to go over?
Yeah. When it comes to anything big business wants to do in your own backyard, it will never be worth it for you, only for the big business.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything for you. They don't like you.
They don't care about you.
Nope.
They don't have an opinion one way or another.
Okay, there. And Brandon's channel is in the description of this live stream, so go check that out too. But guys, we'll catch you hopefully tomorrow for some Monster Hunter. Until then, take care. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, what remains of it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Are we off?